All right. And we are live. Thank you, anybody who shows up and checks us out. This is Drew. I'm Ezra, and we're going to do a little Sunday morning Bears banter. Talk about the matchup that we got coming up tomorrow night. But we'll start off by talking about what the Bears have done thus far. Drew, how do you think? What do you think about the Bears' performance in the first 4 weeks?
2-2. Really disappointing that we let that Vikings game get away. Young team coming together. I wish we came together a little bit sooner. That second half with a rookie QB coming in and making his debut. Tough loss there, but gritty win against Vegas. Can't complain how we get that W. Whether you win by a point or 10 points, a W's a W.
Yep.
Caleb, so far so good, right? Still room for improvement.
Oh, yeah.
First couple weeks missed a lot of downfield throws. Defense coming around. You could see new system. They're getting better and better, and I think as they get healthier, hopefully that will be the catalyst to kind of get us moving in the right direction for the rest of the season. Early bye. Normally I don't like them, but so far, I think it came at the right time for the Bears.
I'd agree. Yeah, because then we get these starters to finally come back and get on the field. So, yeah, much needed bye early on. I agree with you, though. Early buys like this, I would not favor that myself as a fan or a player because it's too soon to go through a bye week as a fan. There was nothing to do last week, like nothing. I'm scouting. I watched some other interdivisional fucking games, rooting for the other teams. It's like, oh, I hate this. I just want to watch the Bears.
And then they give us a Monday nighter coming off of the bye, so we got to wait another day.
Again, and that's that's how it was for us week 1. Speaking of the Vikings game, right? The opening fucking week for NFL football, we got to wait till Monday to get the fucking game.
It starts Thursday, and we got to wait 5 days. Come on, man.
It was brutal. It was grueling. But talk about that Vikings game a little bit. We had that shit under control. And then I did have and this is the abused Bears fan in me, where I did have this suspicion of, why do I feel like JJ McCarthy's going to play better than Caleb and we're going to lose?
Right. Yeah. Unfortunately, I had the same feeling. Yeah.
And then it's so, I mean, that coach over there in Minnesota, McConnell?
The quarterback whisperer.
Yeah. Just great coach, man. He dialed up the plays and JJ delivered and they fucking beat us and they shouldn't have. We should be 3-1 right now.
Something's got to give, right? He's making Carson Wentz look halfway decent again. Come on.
Yeah.
How long has it been since that guy was relevant?
I know. Many years.
Yeah.
it's been
since Philly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
to think he was an MVP candidate. Yeah.
It's rookie season. Oh, man. But, yeah, so good coach there. And they snatched victory from the jaws of defeat. I said that backwards. but yeah.
It was, you were sitting there that whole game saying, you know what, one more score towards the beginning of that game would have put the foot on the throat and stomped them out. And we couldn't get it done.
No.
And unfortunately, like you said, being that battered Bears fan, it came back and just stabbed you in the heart. Man.
Yeah.
Man. Could be 3-1 right now.
But at the same time, so familiar. Like, that feeling after the game going, this is just, it's too familiar. And I hate being familiar with this feeling as a Bears fan to be like, son of a. All right. And then, so after that, we roll into week 2, Detroit. And
do we want to talk about Detroit?
That week? Just super fast.
Yeah.
Only
pissed off. Yeah.
Yeah, because the first week they got killed.
Yeah.
They looked
Green
terrible.
Bay stopped them. And everybody's like, the sky is falling in Detroit.
Like,
Well, they got the Bears. Got them right back on track.
that's the Bears. The Bears have always been, it seems, the get right game. Oh,
Yeah,
I
hopefully
know our
no
offense
longer.
looks a little slow, but we got the Bears coming up this Sunday, so we're gonna get right back on track. And Detroit certainly did by putting up a fucking 50 burger.
And think about the end of that game. Did they put take their foot off the gas at all? Hell
No,
no. They were going for 50 and they were getting it.
yeah, they
So,
got
I
it.
mean, they just shoved it right down their throat.
It was like, yeah, welcome back,
Yeah.
Ben.
Yeah.
But what's relieving though too is that whole mentality, because Ben has that mentality too. If
Mhm.
so, we now have a coach / offensive coordinator that on any given Sunday, this guy wants to put up fucking 50, and you kind of you should want to. Like you go back to that Minnesota game, right? Just one, I mean,
Mhm.
just another score could have really put that game out of reach, and game would have been over, but they didn't. Next
Even
comes
that
to
field
Dallas.
goal in that game that was
Oh,
missed.
right. Yeah.
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 I mean, even that score, I feel like would have been the straw that would have broke the camel's back and just
Yeah.
salted it away. You know how I feel about our kicker through the communication that we've had before. Not a
Yeah.
fan, but I digress.
There's a case can be made for Cairo. So look, I went on Twitter and talked shit about Cairo, and then
Mhm.
out came all the stat guys to kind of make a case for him. And I did some research, looked it up, and he's from across the league. Now he's not going to boom you a 60-yarder,
Right.
but he's pretty clutch mid 50s. Although
Okay.
again, what sometimes when it matters,
Mhm.
remember last year getting his shit blocked and
We're going to
some,
talk about Dallas. Look at what type of weapon they have at kicker, right?
oh yeah,
What was the game that it was the complete shootout? Green Bay, as a matter of fact, they hung
yeah,
a tie on them because of that kicker.
yeah.
So,
That it seems like this new breed of kickers that's coming into the league.
mhm.
60's the new 50, baby.
Yeah, no kidding. And we don't
He's-
have that guy.
so we don't have that guy. No, we certainly don't.
Man, you're getting me on a kicker tangent here, but here we go.
Here
So
we go.
that Minnesota game, all he had to do is kick it into the end zone to give us a shot, so that
Oh,
Minnesota kick it out of the end zone so that they couldn't return it
right,
and keep it under or on the right side of the 2-minute warning.
right. Start
Cost the
running that
Bears
clock.
possibly an opportunity there, right?
Yeah,
We can't see into the future, but I do know that with him not being able to do that, took us underneath that 2-minute and took virtually a timeout away from us. So,
that's exactly what happened from that, right?
mhm, yeah,
I was plenty pissed off when I seen that he can't kick it through the back of the end zone and go, this is a fucking problem, because
right.
strategically and in that moment, that was the situation you needed that, and he can't fucking do it. And it's like,
Mhm,
well, you take that option away from us. Now what? I know in hindsight, I know some people, yeah, you could just kick that shit out of fucking just kick it right out of bounds. Okay.
put
Kick
him
that
on the
shit
40. Yeah,
sideways. I don't
right.
care, but
Yeah.
get that shit out of bounds.
The
Oh man.
I don't want to make this a kicker show
No,
because
let's
nobody
not.
wants to listen to a kicker
No.
show,
So
but
I'll go ahead.
I was going to say the way that the new kickoff rules are, uh, that plays a bigger part than ever, starting at the 30 or the 40, even the
Oh yeah.
20, depending, you start teams out at the 30 or 40, you look at why there's so many last minute game winning field goals. It's because of the new touchback rules, right?
Yeah.
So unfortunately, we don't have a guy that could take advantage of that. That's all I'm going to say about kickers, probably for the rest of this show, because I'm done talking about kickers.
So you're saying this offseason there needs to be a kicker search? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, go to the UFL, whatever. That's where they're getting all these other guys from.
Okay.
Let them prove it somewhere else. Bring them in.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to draft a kicker. I
Oh
mean, there's
no,
plenty of them
please.
out there.
We're done drafting
Yeah.
kickers. Okay, the punter in the 4th round. That was it. That was it for me,
Yes.
man. Okay,
Yeah.
like that was a whoo.
Uh-huh.
That's it. So that's a different discussion right there. We'll
Yeah.
get there. Okay, that's just a polls topic. We'll get to the polls topic a little bit.
Mhm.
Let's keep it moving. Week 3 against Dallas. Big bounce back game for our offense because Caleb had himself a day.
Mhm.
He looked comfortable in the pocket. Dart. I mean, he was just dotting the fucking place up. It was great to see. Oh, just really quick too, but still with the Dallas game, we'll stick with that. But Roma Dunce, huh?
I would say if you were to put a gold star on anybody on this team for the first 4 weeks, Rome's got to be right there. Probably the Bears MVP so far.
Yeah,
Caleb's, doing well, but I mean, it seems like that connection that we wanted last year is
yeah,
starting to finally show up, and thank
yep,
goodness.
yeah,
So, the
yeah.
flip
That
side of
kid's
that, what's happening with DJ Moore?
okay. So that's a good topic. I make the case of because I've seen on Twitter and YouTube and a lot of creators and even Chicago media. I trade DJ, right? That's just what they say. I'm not saying that.
Mhm.
I actually make a case for keeping him. I can explain. I just think so the connection between Caleb and Rome is there. They've probably been working on it. Not to say that DJ hasn't. This is a lot of what plays Ben Johnson calls
Mhm.
and reads and all that kind of intricate stuff that we're not completely privy to. I just think it might just feature Rome more. And what I think is going to end up happening is if Rome keeps balling out like this, defenses are going to have to adjust and shade. And then this is where I'm saying you got to have DJ because then DJ's going to fucking ball out a game. And now
Yeah.
defenses are going to go, well, shit, we tried shading Rome so we can end that. Now DJ's beating us. And then if they want to, okay, now we got to shade that. Okay, now the tight ends are beating us. And so we have
Mhm.
all this weaponry that hopefully it works out like that. But I think reading DJ's body language last year was a huge problem for Bears fans, including myself, that
Agreed.
he just looks so like just he doesn't want to be there.
Mhm.
I mean, remember the play where Caleb's scrambling and he just fucking jogs off the field?
I don't even think it was a jog. I think he walked off. Yeah.
And I'm like, dude,
Oh,
DJ, do you not want to be here? Man, is this, you're not, well, and I don't blame him. Shane Waldron? Shane
right.
Waldron. So I don't blame DJ's attitude for any of the players' attitudes last year. Eberflus had no business being the coach, but
Mhm.
the way the universe works, thank God they retained him because then we wouldn't have Ben Johnson. We would have had somebody
Right.
else.
Right.
But his whole energy and his demeanor. But after the Raiders game, if you saw that little clip of him hugging Caleb, I'm like, oh,
Sure. Yeah.
thank God. Okay, so I could put that to bed for 1 week. I'm going to take this week by week
Mhm.
with DJ. What say you about DJ?
First things first, his attitude this year, night and day difference. And I
Yeah,
think you hit it. He's in an offense that he knows he's going to get the ball. And let's be honest, if they're putting him in the backfield for carries. One, it might be out of necessity because their
our
running
running
back
back room.
situation is
Yeah,
pretty horrendous. But at the same time, you're putting the ball in one of the most explosive players on that team's hands
yeah,
any way possible. And if you got to hand it off, so be it.
right.
Very capable, runs in traffic.
Yeah,
Think of the 10 million bubble screens we ran with the guy over the
I don't
last
want to
4
think.
years.
I don't want to
Right,
think about any more
right.
bubble
I
screens.
have bubble
I have
screen
nightmares.
PTSD.
Yes,
Absolutely. And thankfully, it's maybe one a game instead of one a series
right.
compared to what we were used to last year. But
Jesus.
I think you're right, man. I think as Rome continues to get better, DJ's going to see the benefit of that.
Hmm.
And if you don't think that Rome is a legit weapon for this team, you're wrong. I mean, obviously he's got 5 receiving touchdowns already.
Yeah.
It's what do you have last year? 3 for the whole season.
Yeah.
So, uh, yeah, I'm with you, man. If they get both of those guys going, one, I think it opens up the run game,
Hmm.
which that run game needs to be opened up a little bit because it's horrendous right now. Um, but you get those two guys clicking, watch out. We might be able to throw the ball 50 times a game and be okay.
So that might be one of the keys to the games for tomorrow's game. Actually, I
Mhm.
wouldn't be shocked if Caleb throws the ball high 40s.
Agreed.
That's because our run
Commander's
game,
D line is legit,
big
right?
time. Yeah,
They
and our
still
run
got
game
the
is terrible.
ageless wonder and Bobby Wagner running the
Oh
middle,
yeah,
which
dude, this
how
guy's
the
like
hell is he still relevant?
he's 48 years old.
Yeah. He's like the Chris Chelios freaking of the NFL. He's got like a fake
Seriously.
leg and everything else.
And not to say that his age, the dude's still balling. So
Yeah.
like, he's going to be one of those things that as an offensive coordinator and then Caleb going to the line of scrimmage, you're looking, where is this guy?
Hmm.
I don't care if he is 57 years old. You're going to go, where's he at? Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's the Dan Quinn system for you, though. Guys brought a defense everywhere he's been. Hell, he took the Falcons to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
And
right.
who was their premier pass rusher? So the draftee, damn, I can't think of his name, but
Yeah.
not good by any means. You know, it'll come to me halfway through this show, but um, I don't know. I mean, the guy's got a system, it's in place. That defense, we all saw it last year with the Commanders' offense and Jaden Daniels, how good that was. And the one Achilles heel was the defense. Well, that got fixed.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a tough game, no doubt. No
Oh, yeah.
doubt. So
Yeah.
Caleb's going to have to, I think he's going to have to go to the next level for him. They keep attacking downfield, like you were saying with the secondary. That's necessary at this
Yeah.
point. So, yeah, I mean, before we start getting into what we think our keys to the games are, that those are kind of my 2 cents real quick on it. So,
Yeah. Yeah, we'll definitely get to that in just a little bit here. But the growth in that Dallas game by Caleb and the rest of the offense really took a nice big step there. It was great to see. To put up 31 points is also good to see.
mhm.
Because we haven't, again, we haven't scored points like that in a long time. Just Bears offense is not known for scoring in the 30s. So to see that, you're like, oh my God, this is what the offense is supposed to look like, despite still not having a run game.
Mhm.
The defense, though, in that game also very stout, was good to see as well against. And I was worried going into that Dallas game because, I mean, okay, Dak Prescott, not a great playoff record, but a stat stuffer. Okay, this
Mhm.
guy's always stuffing them stats all year. So I was worried of him just slicing and dicing our defense, but he surely didn't. And but yeah, but good to see the defense perform well that game. But Caleb's growth, Rome's growth was pretty awesome to see. Was that the game
Jalen
Luther
Johnson played in that game for a
Luther
little bit
Burden?
with
Was
the
that
flea
Luther
flicker.
Burden's?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So good to see that kid involved as well,
Mhm.
involved in the offense. Hopefully, we get to see more of them. But this team right now has so many, almost too many weapons. Is that a possibility? But
Isn't that nice to say? I
yeah,
mean, we're receiver rich right now, which is odd to say for a Chicago Bears team, right?
yeah,
Zacchaeus, you look at the preseason and the connection that him and Caleb had,
yeah,
not quite as prolific in the regular season, but I tell you what, on third downs, you see him looking for him
yeah,
and he's
yeah,
getting open. He knows how to set down in his own. He's got enough wiggle to beat man coverage, to
yeah,
move the chains. And then, you got DJ Moore on the outside and you got Rome, who are your bigger play guys. Yeah, mix in a little bit of Loveland and Komet.
I
Don't
know.
get me started on Komet right now. I'm sure we'll get to him, but
We will, because we haven't talked about the Raiders game yet. Yeah,
right, right.
we're getting ahead.
So, you know, it would be nice if we had a little bit of these riches in the running back room. So,
I think we might have. I think there's a little diamond in the rough back there who just hasn't gotten enough carries yet.
okay.
I think they need to start splitting Swift's carries with Monangai a little bit more. Um, it's just I love Swift. I think he's got his skill set,
Hmm.
and running between the tackles isn't part
No.
of his skill set. You want to run outside zone where he's going to want to hit the sidelines every time, or you want to get him out in the flats in an open field and try to scheme him open that way. Cool, because the dude in
Yeah.
open field is deadly.
Yep.
It's just to get this run game going and have other opposing defenses start respecting our run. You can't use
Mhm.
Swift for that. And Monangai has shown that he can. He could get up in there. He's small, and he's got a little wiggle to him, and he finds his way to 4 yards, 6 yards. Keep giving him, feeding him there, but there must be something behind the scenes of the scheme or blocking and things like that where Ben Johnson don't trust him fully just yet.
I'd
But
agree with that.
they got to get the kid up to speed though, because give him some carries. He needs more carries.
He reminds me a little bit of another Rutgers running back in
Uh-oh.
Kansas City,
Yeah,
and
you're gonna go
Pacheco.
with Pacheco. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not quite as violent of a runner, but
Pacheco runs
fearless.
like his hair's on fire.
Right, like he's pissed off at the ground, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, but fearless between the tackles, I would say.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Roshan Johnson was not blessed with a ton of speed,
Yeah.
but I mean, if he had speed and the power that he showed last year being the goal line back, I mean, the poor kid's not getting any carries in the backfield. He's
Like
a
I don't think
special
he's had.
teams guy.
Yeah, I don't think he's had
Yeah.
one touch
No,
this
I've
season.
never seen him in an offensive set.
No.
So, I mean, that kind of tells you that this offense is built on speed, and he doesn't have it. So
He
he's
ain't
a
got
core
it.
special teamer right now. If only we had a running back that had speed and power, like a David Montgomery. But that's
Yeah.
a whole different subject.
That's
You
a
know,
whole nother. That's a
yeah.
man. That's a.
How did we let him go? God, that still
y-
makes me mad every time I see him play for Detroit.
I don't want to bring up old shit, man. I don't want to
Yeah,
bring up old shit, man.
yeah,
That David Montgomery thing, and they just let him walk. Essentially,
yeah.
they let him walk because he left to go to Detroit for what, $1 million more.
Yep.
Like it was,
It's
and so that kind of tell David didn't want to be here no more.
yeah.
The
I
organization's kind of a shit show. I don't blame the guy, and at that time, Poles wasn't willing to. The running back market was really fucked that year, if I remember.
yeah.
So like running
Was
backs weren't really going for a high premium, anyways.
was Montgomery a Poles or a pace decision?
He was a pace. Oh, he was a Poles decision to let him
Okay,
walk,
but
but
a
he was a
pace
pace
draft.
draft. Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
I knew it was right on that border of
I want
wins.
to
So
say though too that year that we let Montgomery go was not Saquon Barkley available.
no,
That was the
Saquon
following year.
maybe 2 years after that because Saquon's this is only the second year he's been on the Eagles. So
Oh, okay.
last year
Oh,
was the first year. I mean, you
okay.
remember what was it? Hard Knocks. Was it in season? No, it was the off season Hard Knocks. I
Uh-huh.
think that.
With the phone call from the
Yeah,
GM and shit.
and I'm
What
like,
a holy
oh,
shit. Yeah,
you are now a public ass. Yeah,
moments like that, I'm like, okay, well, it's not just the Bears organization that are fucking
yeah.
idiots.
You're like, oh man. All time, one of the all time worst blunders, right? And they
Yeah,
caught it on NFL films. Good job,
and
you're immortalized.
they immortalized. And yeah, what a backfire, because But for Saquon, good for him, man. That was a good organization, right timing that he went there. I mean, their offensive line was great. He had a phenomenal year. What's up with the Eagles this year, huh? Jeez.
I don't miss hearing the Fly Eagles Fly song. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I
Okay.
had a little soft spot in my heart for the Eagles. I'm a Kelsey fan, right?
Mm-hmm.
And more Jason than Travis at that point, being an old
Yeah.
offensive lineman myself. 2023 is when Montgomery signed with Detroit. So yeah, you're right. It was the same year that Saquon
Okay.
was available. So
Available. Yeah. And
yeah,
so, yeah. Yeah.
that's unfortunately when you had the organization that we did and the dumpster fire that the Bears front office was and the rest of the roster, let's be honest, you lose out on people like that.
Yeah.
Hopefully, right? And the way that things are going, just look at the free agents we signed this year.
Just on Ben Johnson's name alone.
Right. Right. So
Yeah.
hopefully that's starting to turn. And I know you said we're going to talk about polls, and I have a few thoughts on that.
Yeah.
So when we get to that, we'll kind of save that banter for that time. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I really like what they did in the offseason. We'll leave it vague like that for now. We won't steal our
Okay.
thunder for later.
Yep. So after we dominate the Cowboys, we roll into week 4 against the Raiders. Now, also a game that I was kind of dreading because
Mm-hmm.
of our lackluster rush defense and the talent that is Ashton Genty over there. Up until that point, was not having a good season.
No,
And I go,
terrible
here we
season.
go again.
A get right game.
Another fucking get right game for this kid. And
Yeah.
what happens? 140. I'm sorry, excuse me. 140 this kid rushes for. So week 4 for this rookie, he has a career game because I can almost,
Mhm.
and I won't put money on it, but he's not rushing for 140 again the rest of the year.
Not behind that offensive line.
Right. But against us, 140. And then 2
Mhm.
receiving touchdowns, 1 on the ground. This kid had a career game.
Yeah.
But the Bears
Longest run of
slaughtered
his career so far, 60 plus yards, right?
60 plus yarder, yeah.
65, I think it was, yeah.
And if it wasn't for all the turnovers, apparently it was a get a free interception day by Geno's. Geno just
Yeah.
no, those were good plays by Byard, and it was amazing play by Stevenson.
It's the same freaking play.
Yeah.
I mean, and he
Isn't that
threw it
nuts?
to the same guy.
Same guy.
Come
I
on, man.
know.
God, I love Geno Smith. Thank you,
Yeah,
buddy.
Geno, man. Woo. And if it wasn't for those turnovers, that game could have been out of hand the other way.
Yeah.
But the turnovers kept us in it. You would think when you get 4 turnovers, because there was 3 interceptions and 1 forced fumble, you should be blowing the other team out.
Right. You shouldn't have won that game by a point.
No. And then the most frustrating thing, I'm pulling out my fucking hair on the couch because Max Crosby was a one-man wrecking crew, just by himself, just wrecking our whole offensive plan.
So if we talked about it during the game, right? And your brother didn't agree with us, but you and I both saw what was going on, and we both knew what was going to happen. Darnell Wright was out that game.
Yeah. So they put Theo Benedict in at right.
Yeah.
And it showed.
Yeah.
Crosby was in the backfield every motherfucking down. He was back there. Swatting down. Go ahead.
Yeah. Interception. Yeah. Destroying the run game as well. Yeah. I mean, at that point, they tried to option him on an RPO, and he still blew it up. The guy's a beast. We all know that.
Yeah,
that's why everybody wanted him when he was disgruntled, or however you want to put it, in the offseason. He just wanted to be on a winner. He was tired of being in a bear situation the last few years, right? So we get it. We get it. But Pete Carroll, say what you will about him, he brought some stability to that team.
Yeah, Pete Carroll's a man, tried and true, man. He's a
Right.
good coach.
Mhm.
Very good
Good
coach.
motivator, right? Even though he's 106, you know,
Very good
but he
motivator.
can, yeah, he can still do it. And that's the type of guy that Max Crosby likes to rally behind. Look at Antonio Pierce, shit coach, but hell of a motivator. Pete
Right.
Carroll, better coach, just as good as a motivator, right?
Yep.
Darnell Wright was out of that game. Let's talk about Ozzy Trapilo when they put him in at right tackle. Did you
Yep.
see his stats?
I did not know you got him.
So uh I got to go off of memory. I don't have them in front, but I remember seeing that when he came in, he only ended up giving up 2 pressures, no sacks.
Yeah.
So maybe you found something there, right? Darnell Wright's coming into a contract year. Let's be honest. He is not the Darnell Wright of his rookie year or
He's
even
not.
year 2,
Correct.
right? He's digressed, and that's a shame. First of all, he wears a great number in 58. I mean, I love that number. But man, uh I don't know what's happening with the kid.
Yeah.
You know,
It's weird, right? It's weird.
yeah, he almost looks like he's the DJ Moore of last year, right? Like
Mm.
playing unmotivated. You
He's
don't
not
see
focused.
offense. Yeah, you don't see offensive linemen on the sideline, right? So you're not going to
Right.
see the sulking or anything. But based off of the play on the field, it reminds me a lot of that situation. I don't know if he sees the writing on the wall that he's not getting resigned because they have some offensive line talent. And
Mm-hmm.
the kid from Boston College is a beast. I mean, he's a
It's
mountain of a
huge.
man.
Six
I don't
eight.
know, but
It's huge.
I,
It's a big
yeah,
kid.
350 pounds with light feet and strong
Yeah.
hands. What
Yeah.
more do you want? Unfortunately, he didn't play a whole lot of left tackle in college. He played some. And I
Right.
think a lot of us were hoping that that's where he would find his home. They tried him over there.
They did. They tried.
And
At
you
least
know
the
what?
coach was forthcoming in telling us
Yeah.
that he hit a wall. So they
Yeah.
were like, nope, you're going to go back to right.
And I think that was one of the turning points when they made that change. Not that they completely stopped Crosby, but he was less impactful. You're never going to stop that guy, right? The guy's got a
No.
motor that's on 100% of the time.
Woo-hoo.
You know, that's
Yeah.
why he, for a few minutes, was the highest paid defensive player in the NFL until I think one of the Bosas might have signed a higher contract or something. So I don't
Yep.
know. They have something there.
So
And
you're totally right. That's when we saw after halftime when they put in
mhm,
Trapillo and then Braxton's out and they put in Theo Benedict. The offensive line, all of a sudden, Caleb had an extra tick,
yep,
and I'm like,
you actually
wow.
saw a pocket, right? I
Yes.
mean,
Yeah.
think of some of the downfield throws in the second half because
Yeah.
he had a pocket, albeit it was a tight one, but a hell of a lot better than what we saw last year.
It was a hell of a lot better than what we saw in the first half of that game. Yeah.
Mhm.
Absolutely. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, this kind of
Might
worked.
be, might be a combination.
It might be, and I think it's the combination going into this next game. I think again when we're almost there talking about it, we could look at the injury report and see how things stacked up for the Bears during this week of practice. But just to see that combo work, I'm like, let's keep this.
Yep.
Don't fix this. It's not
I think
broken.
they already announced that Theo's starting at left.
Yeah,
Right tackle is what we don't know. I think as the incumbent starter, down the Wright will get the nod if he's healthy.
but do you
But
think he's on a short leash?
absolutely. I
Yeah,
mean, you see what the kid did against one of, if not the premier edge rusher in the NFL. How do you not?
right,
Right?
right.
I mean, I don't know. And if we're, staying in the offensive line, I also think some of the big differences from the first couple weeks to now, um, the interior threes finally gotten their shit together.
Yeah,
Uh,
thank God.
yeah, Dahlman. the first few weeks was awful.
Yeah.
Inside pressure right up the gut. I mean,
Yeah.
he was given the old-fashioned lookout blocks. Look out, here he's coming
Yeah.
right up the gut,
Caleb, run.
Yeah. Oh shit, move. Right? So Jackson was playing out over his toes. He's playing top heavy. He was
Yeah.
getting beat a lot.
Yeah.
Gallman.
He was the biggest disappointment for me.
Mhm.
Jonah was just because I don't know. He's made the Pro Bowl and things like that, and he knows Ben a little bit from when they played in Detroit
Yeah.
together, but he didn't look good like starting out
No.
the first few weeks where I was like, oh no.
I
Did
don't
we
know if
get
he was
another?
just out of shape. Yeah.
Maybe I'm hoping maybe that's what it is. Or as you as a former offensive line, tell me. I mean, it takes some time, right, to gel and
Mhm.
work with the guy next to you. So maybe there's some of that needed
You
to happen.
absolutely 100%. You look at the left side and you have the consummate pro in Tooney,
Yeah.
right? Super Bowl, Pro Bowls,
All
premier
pros.
yeah.
Yeah,
Right. He's gonna gel with any center. He's probably been through plenty of changes between the Chiefs.
for sure.
Granted, the Chiefs had a pretty good
Patriots.
center for a while. Patriots. But Jackson coming in, you just wanted to see more because he used to be in the system. And
Right.
now that you see that they're gelling together, you think about the first couple weeks, ton of interior pressure, and it was on simple twists, right? TE
Mhm.
stunts, tackle in stunts, right? And if you're not communicating properly, you got that end crashing in right up the middle. But it seems like that was getting better. Crosby kind of threw the monkey wrench in that, I think, a little bit to where you're like, oh man, And first of all, I think you were gonna say number 64's names from last year, the walking
I was
trash
about
can.
to.
We do not say that name, okay? I mean,
I was about to.
I've figured so, but no. Uh, don't even get me started on that guy. Like I said, he
Oh
was the
yeah.
walking trash can. So, but anyway, getting back to the line and Jackson, you could see it week by week. They're getting better, and that's what you need to see. Now, granted, if you're shaking up the tackle spot, you might see a little bit of regression, but at the same point in time, these guys are getting a lot of practice reps. That's where it really goes. So,
Yeah.
sticking on the offensive line side. So,
Yeah. Hopefully we keep seeing that trend go upwards there
mm,
coming into this week because they're going to need it. You mentioned it a bit earlier that this front four of Washington they're
they're
good.
legit. Yeah.
Yeah,
If
absolutely.
they might be top 5 in the league right now, maybe even top 3.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. So they better keep
yep.
trending upward, offensive line,
Yeah.
please.
Yep. So,
All right. Well, so yeah, we snuck out of Las Vegas with a win. Thank God for that block there at the end. But here's a plus thing that I thought was super I'm optimistic about. So when we had Eberflus, this guy was pocketing timeouts like he was taking them home with him. and didn't really understand time management and these really strange situational football things that might arise. So here we are towards the end of the game, which I will say this is another kind of clutch thing I really like about Caleb because we haven't had this in Chicago maybe ever. Maybe Jim McMahon, maybe Jim Miller, but maybe. I'm going really far back in the database.
Eric Kramer, if we're pulling out names, right?
Eric Kramer would be a good one, but like to
Yep.
have clutch, okay? We this is a must-have drive here. This is do or die drive. Caleb fucking is cold as ice,
Really?
baby.
Yep.
Cold as ice. And he was doing that shit last year even.
Look
He'll
at the
drive us
Commanders, the
down.
game we're talking about.
Exactly.
Not that I want to open up old wounds, but I mean, he put him in the spot to fucking win that game.
Yeah, and so between coaching or other and other things would just kind of ruin it,
Oh yeah.
there was plenty of times where he did drive down for the game winner and then there's a minute left, and the other team drives right down and fucking. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
that was it. All right. So here he goes again. Against the Raiders last game, marches us down, scores a fucking touchdown, and now we're up. However, we still had 2 timeouts in our pocket. And if the Raiders would have made that field goal, we would have had about 35 seconds with 2 fucking timeouts locked and loaded. And it's
starting at around the 30-35. Right?
Yeah. And so, like, this is, again, the coaching, it so fucking makes a difference. And Ben Johnson and his team understand these situations in football and damn clock management. It's like, oh, what a relief. Again, thank God the field goal got blocked. But thank God we would have been in that situation, because I am confident at this point that 35 seconds, Caleb could have driven us down into field goal range.
Doesn't it feel good to be optimistic like that with a quarterback that we actually have?
Yeah.
I mean, how many years has it been? We're not going to disclose our age here, but we've been watching the Bears since we were kids. Hell, I remember your dad screaming out the window while we were playing catch.
While we're outside.
On the sidewalk. Yeah.
Motherfucking go!
Damn, Jamoke!
Yeah, man. So we've seen a lot of bad football for a long time.
Right.
And
a lot of bad quarterback play.
Tons of quarterback
a lot.
play. Bad quarterback play, man. Oh my God. I often make that. I make this point a lot. So we're done. We put the Raiders game behind us just for a sec. If you want to keep talking about it, we can. But speaking on the history with the Bears and bad quarterback play is the fandom that is Chicago Bears is global, right? The brand of Chicago Bears is worldwide. There's Bears fans all over the place. And we travel so well because there's Bears fans in Vegas and California and Florida and just Germany and Europe, and it's everywhere. And I always ask, why?
85, baby.
Because of the 85 Bears and Walter Payton, that's it?
Yeah.
Because there
Mike Singletary, Dick Butkus, all the legends,
man.
That was the one thing.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, that's the one thing that I was shocked at last year in watching the international games. And they said that the Bears are like one of the top 2 or 3 teams in popularity across the pond.
Yeah, it's cool.
Amazing. And like you said, for what?
Yeah, why? Why would you want, okay, it's fine, misery loves company, but why would you want to ruin every one of your Sundays? For about 3-4 months, you just want to ruin every Sunday. Okay, if you want.
Are you guys Rex Grossman fans out there? Come on.
Golly, right? So, man. But yeah, to finally have a quarterback where you're like, this game's not over until that final second ticks off. This game isn't over. The kid's he's got it. And to see that clutch it, if he could just hit the easy ones, okay?
Right.
When you're just hit the layups, buddy. That's once you do that, that's it, baby. It's a wrap. It's a fucking wrap.
I'm sure you watch a lot of the film. I know you're a big Chase Daniels fan and his breakdowns and stuff.
I do watch his, yeah.
You look at the throws that have been available to him that he missed and the throws that he's hit. And if he even picks up a fraction of the deep passes that he might have come off of a little bit too quick, it's scary to think what this offense can be.
Mm-hmm.
And God forbid we figure out a run game. Watch out.
Right. Yeah.
Are we a running back away? We might be.
Or are we just, again, the offensive line getting to a point of gelling together, understanding their assignments, and then executing? Like, we could just be that far away. So much closer.
A lot closer than we were last year, right? I mean, there was no hope. Let's be honest. With that offensive line, you couldn't sit back and be like, I can make a case that this offense could be good. Not when your QB's getting sacked 68 times, third
No, that
highest in NFL history,
yeah, that was
right?
horrendous.
Thankfully, the kids doesn't have the David Carr syndrome from the Texans back in the day, right? Where he got sacked 75 times in his rookie year or
Yeah,
whatever it was,
and he
and he
was
never came
ruined.
back.
Yeah, he
He
was
was
ruined.
shell shocked at that point.
Yeah.
I was afraid a little bit of that, and I think
Me
you saw that a little bit in the first couple games where
y
he's looking at the line instead
yeah,
of downfield.
correct. I agree. Yeah, I saw that too, and I was also very worried that, like, "Oh my god, they broke him.
Right.
They broke him. They
I
broke
had
this
that
kid."
thought too.
Yeah. It
Absolutely. I'm like,
it
oh
it
shit.
wasn't until, like you said, it was the first couple games,
Mhm.
maybe towards the end of the second game, but then that, Dallas game, and you see him now, it's just he's settled
Yeah.
down in the pocket now. He's
Vegas, you
trusting.
saw it pretty good. I mean, look at the
Yeah, Vegas
downfield
too.
throws to Dunze,
Yeah.
right?
So, I think, like you said, they might have caught it in the nick of time, and
Mhm.
now we're just right back to stay calm. Like you said, maybe he's going through his reads a little just a tick
Too
too
quick.
quick.
Yep.
Like you said, if he would have just stayed with one of his reads just one tick longer, bam, he hits it
Big
and
play.
then right,
Mhm.
big play. And so, oh, kind of excited, kind of excited. We could,
We could drink the Bears Kool-Aid all day if we want.
and I do, unfortunately, because I
Right.
am a glutton for punishment. Like every week, I'm like, Bears 49, opposing team 10. Like, here we
Yeah.
go.
Let's do it.
Fucking A. I'm like Adam Rank. If you ever see, like, when they show NFL networks, all the different people who
Mhm.
pick the winners, it's all commanders. Except one guy picks the
Yeah.
Bears. Like, that's Adam Rank there.
Thanks for being tried and true, buddy. We're
That's
with
it.
you.
I forgot where he said he was born in Naperville or something like
One of the
that.
burbs. Okay.
Yeah. So just a fan. So that's good.
We're a
Well,
couple inner
shoot.
city kids, so
Well, so I've made that I've made this a topic of mine on my channel where I did talk about a little bit of, and forgive me, I'm a dick for saying this, but I'm gonna say it. So there's a lot of content creators who make Bears content, right?
Mhm.
And I watch them all, and I've told them all. I've always disclosed. You could look up your subscribers and your followers. I'm there. I'm with you guys. I enjoy the content. It's good shit. However, there is this hint of stolen valor, if you will. I'm calling it stolen valor because I don't know what else to
lack of
use
a
to
better
describe
term.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that when you dig a little bit, or they might talk about a little bit where they were born and raised and where they're from, it's always like, oh, I was born in upstate New York and I'm from upstate New York. Or, oh, I was born and raised in Texas. I'm from Texas. And I'm like, okay.
Or
So
when
again,
people say they're from Chicago and they're from Naperville.
oh yeah, Peoria
For
or
us,
some
right?
shit.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. So, and I start to feel some kind of way because I am a petty fuck. Okay. I'll admit it. I'm self-aware. I am a petty fuck. And so I was like, there's an element to the Chicago experience that you didn't get from when you're out of town. Now, if you're a Bears fan, I love it. I don't care. You're a Bears fan. It's great. But did you ever have to traverse through the wild hundreds to get to a house party, say, in Calumet City? No,
Mhm.
you didn't. You don't know what that's like. Okay. Or anything else that the city vibe brings you,
Mhm.
sometimes it can be dangerous, but sometimes it's fun. And then our pizzerias, I mean, like, there's the great pizza battle, and there is a Bears content team where they're from like Connecticut or something like that, and they swear that their pizza is the shit. And they've been to
Ah,
Chicago, for Bears games and whatnot, and have tried our pizza, and they're not impressed. And I'm like, get the fuck out. Get
yeah.
get the fuck out of here. You're not welcome anymore.
Well, and these guys are basing it just straight off a deep dish. Let's be honest. There's a lot more than deep dish
Yeah.
available in Chicago.
Well, dude, and
Excellent thin crust. Come on.
yeah,
Square
so
cut pizza.
I make that point of, honestly, Chicagoans, we're not eating deep dish like that.
No,
We'll
you
maybe have it like
can't.
twice a year, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. What we will eat regularly is, like you said, the tavern style.
Yeah.
That shit, you can't fuck with that shit.
All right, if we're on pizza, are you a Giordano's or Lou Malnati's guy?
Oh wow. So if I have to pick either or, it's Lou
Yeah.
Malnati's.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I still have a buddy who's got family down there, down around Joliet. So whenever he goes down there, he picks up a couple frozen Lou
Yeah.
Malnati's. Me
Uh-huh.
personally, I'm a Giordano's guy.
Hey,
I
all
eat
right.
Lou Malnati's.
Yeah.
It's easier for me to get my hands on because they have frozen ones.
So
So,
I love Giordano's as well. When I was down in Florida, there's 3 of them down there.
mm,
So I partook obviously because you want to scratch the itch, and of course Giordano's is awesome.
right.
I just say Lou Malnati's, I think, more because from where I reside now, I don't have either. And I've had so much Giordano's that I just would really love a Lou Malnati's. Now,
Sure.
what I do have where I live, undisclosed locations for us, is we got Rosati's. So
I
so
had some when I was off-site working as well. I
yeah.
had it was enough to get me by.
Yeah. So the thin crust, right? Their
Mhm.
sausage that they put on there, again, it's the sausage that they put on Chicago pizza is I don't know what they make it from, but it's amazing.
It's magical. Yeah,
It's
it's
fucking
not just
magical
sausage.
sausage.
It's a spicy sausage. Dude, my last Rosati's pizza, and we're getting way off topic here,
Yeah,
but
we are a little bit.
what the hell? Sausage and giardinara. Oh, it's amazing.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was outstanding.
Yeah. So my
Mm,
brother actually will get a thin crust from Rosati's.
mhm.
Italian beef is the
Ooh, okay.
topping.
Okay.
Yeah, buddy. And you go ahead and put you some giardiniera on that.
Yeah.
Good
Mm.
night. Good night. Good
Mm-mm-mm.
night. All right. So hold on, folks. We got a
Back to
game coming up
football.
tomorrow night. Yeah. We got a game coming up tomorrow night. Um, any thoughts leading into tomorrow night's game?
Well, for me, the key is the offensive line. It's got to be, right? Are they going to be able to withstand the pressure? Because the Commanders could get home with 4. We've seen it all season. Um, if we can hold up, we're going to have to be efficient in running the ball. I'm not going to sit here and say that we're going to run for 200 yards. That's unrealistic. But if we can be efficient and at least show the threat of run, that's going to help. It's got to. I mean, if they're getting home front 4, multiple people, it's going to be a long night,
Right. Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
So,
Or to have to move to some quick game. One of my biggest concerns for the game is some rankings. So the big glaring thing for me is our terrible run defense. I
mhm,
believe again we rank last in the league in rush defense, and we're going up against statistically the number 1 team in rushing offense. So that huge mismatch right there, I'm afraid that uh, Jaden Daniels will only have to throw the ball 12 times because they're going to have 300 yards on the ground,
with
and there ain't
Jaden
going to be.
having at least 100, you're thinking, or what?
Yeah, he might.
Yeah.
He might because we have a problem getting to the quarterback defensively as a team. And through 4 weeks or 4 games, the Bears only have 5 quarterback sacks. Not that that's the tell all be all stat, but so it's meaning we're not getting home. Uh, I believe Drew, you mentioned earlier that we are getting some pressures. We're just not getting home. However,
Yeah.
one of the defensive linemen, I don't know his name offhand, on the Commanders, he himself has 5 sacks. So he himself has as many sacks as our whole damn team. And so are just if we're not getting to Jaden Daniels when they throw, he could evade and just gouge us and gouge us and gouge us and gouge us. Also, too, we can't stop the run. And this kid that they have, what's his name? Golly.
The
Uh,
rookie. Yeah. He's just
yes,
exploding right now. Yep.
he's absolutely peaking right now. And so to go up against the worst rush defense in the league, this kid's going to eat. Unless, of course, we've been riddled with injuries on defense. Okay. But the cavalry is coming back. Okay. The cavalry is coming back. Let's take a quick gander at this one time, folks. So we got Grady Jarrett at the top of the list. He's already ruled out.
Mhm.
Austin Booker, Travis Homer, they were both on IR, and they're currently on a 20-day ramp up, but I guess they have them listed as questionable, as maybe they'll participate in the game, maybe not. But it's good to see them, especially Austin Booker, on the mend and coming back. So if he doesn't play this week, no big deal. Still good to know the kid's coming back, because the two big ones for us on defense, obviously, are TJ Edwards and Kyler Gordon. This is huge to get them back. This may actually help a lot in this lackluster rush defense that we have, because as we all know, TJ Edwards is a tackling machine.
Mhm.
The guy wraps up, he makes tackles, he's got a good nose for the ball, and he's great in the run fits. So, not to say that my boy Tremaine ain't, but sometimes he takes bad angles. It's not his fault that he's so tall, so his pad height is really high, and
Right.
he slips off of ball carriers and doesn't make the tackle. You're like, fuck. But TJ's coming back, and so is Kyler Gordon. And these guys are huge tacklers. Um, Elaborate a little bit, like you did earlier, about Kyler Gordon, what he brings to this defense.
To me, Kyler Gordon, I think, is the key to this defense. We'll see how he is in Dennis Allen's scheme, but the kid plays up around the line of scrimmage. He blitzes, he run fits, he's an excellent tackler,
Yeah.
and the kid can cover too,
And he
right?
covers really well, too. Yeah.
And so he could do it all. And I think that's one of the biggest things that they've missed. They've missed that kind of joker type of player coming off
Yeah.
of the edge. Think of how many impact plays he had last year.
Right.
Sacks or pressures or PBs,
Yeah. TFLs even.
Yeah, for sure. The kid plays around the line of scrimmage. The kid plays like a linebacker and covers
Yeah,
like a
he's
corner.
very physical. Yep.
He deserved to get paid, and I'm glad that they did, because you look at some of these other teams that have dynamite nickels, that could set up your whole defense.
I know.
I'd feel a little bit better if we had Jalen Johnson,
I'd feel a lot better if Jalen
right?
was out there.
We've seen him
Yeah.
for a half against Dallas, and you saw what he did against two premier receivers in
Yeah,
CD
was
and
he on?
Birkin.
He was on CD Lamb that play, or
Yeah.
that one that he broke up and hurt
Yep.
himself though. But yeah, that's a big miss. We're missing him for sure.
So Kyler, to me, maybe more important than TJ Edwards. No, don't get me wrong. TJ Edwards compared to Sewell's a downhill linebacker.
Yeah,
Fill the hole, knock your head off.
yeah,
TJ
which
can
he
do
did.
that, maybe
Yeah.
with not as much force, but TJ is also a side to side linebacker as well.
Yeah, great in
Covering
coverage.
backs out of the
Oh yeah,
backfield. Sewell was a liability in that. You saw that
sure
in
was.
Detroit
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Right. But TJ, not only is he a tackling machine, he can cover as well. I mean, more team speed out there with Jaden Daniels. To me, these are two big additions.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons why I have a little bit more optimism about this game.
I
Seriously.
agree. Yep.
The final piece is we need to see Montez Sweat be the Montez Sweat of 2 years ago.
Oh man, get me started on Tez, man.
Right?
Like, it's so big time, right? We
Former Commanders. So is this his get right game? I hope so.
I'm praying so. I hope so.
The kid's only showed up on tape maybe once or twice.
I know.
So
he's been a bit of a you pay the guy what he's getting paid. Now I know he's not making top dollar, but he is getting paid pretty handsomely, and you don't always need production. Like, I want to see numbers, but I want to hear them call your name. Okay.
right. And
Like, ooh,
that's
Montez was right there, and oh, Montez for another tackle for loss, and disrupt, man. Disrupt the game. You don't have to be
you
stuffing
don't have to
stats for
wreck
stats.
it.
Don't have to wreck it, but we
be
have to know
relevant.
you're out there. There's some drives I'm like, is Montez out there?
Right.
You
You're
should be
looking for
asking
him.
yourself if Montez is out there or not. We were
Then they
just
paid the
expecting
kid
so
from
much
the
more.
Colts. Dejabo. Man, I can't
Oh,
even say it. So
oh,
we're gonna just
Dangbo.
call. Yeah, thank you.
I put these 3 words together. Oh, dang, like dang, and then
And Bo.
Bo. Oh,
All
dang
right.
Bo. But yeah, but we do that all the time. We always bring in
Right.
this other side of and like, yeah, we'll just see how that goes. I don't. Who was the guy we did? Not Mohammed. We went through so many other edge rushers that were kind of like this
I
mid
know who
tier.
you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah,
And he
we brought him
was.
over from the Colts when we had
Yeah.
Eberflus, and it was like, oh, that didn't work.
God,
But
Eberflus.
yeah,
That should be
want to
another
see
swear
more from
word.
Tez, and this would be a great game to see more, especially again having TJ back there, having back, and then Kyler Gordon really quick. I had fantasized in my mind that Dennis Allen would use him like this. Wouldn't it be cool if like they use Kyler Gordon as like a Troy Polamalu or something? Just out there as a, like you said, uh, a wild card. He's just back
Right.
there, and sure he's got assignments, but he's lining up, he's mugging up in the A gap, and then
Mhm.
drops back and does whatever the fuck.
Jumping over the offensive line, the whole
If
shit.
need be. Yeah,
Yeah.
doing all that Troy Polamalu shit.
Yeah. I agreed. I think he's definitely evolved into something that he could do something like that
Yeah,
and just make him as impactful as possible.
yeah,
He's like great super awesome around the line of scrimmage.
yeah. Love it.
He's one of those DBs with a linebacker mentality.
Yeah,
Attack, 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 downhill, downhill, downhill.
yeah.
It's something you look at the first 4 weeks, this defense has missed,
Big time. Oh
right?
yeah, yeah.
Nobody coming off of the edge.
Right.
And Dennis Allen might not be a big fan of the corner blitz, and some D coordinators seem to use it as an everyday tool, and some like to keep it in their back pocket.
Yeah,
But when you have this kid, especially if he's blitzing out of the nickel on the inside, that much closer to the quarterback,
yeah,
that's where he excels. I mean,
yeah.
I hope we see 3 or 4 Spider-Man flips this week, man. I really do.
Yeah,
So,
same.
but
Big time. I would like to see him make an impact here. I think you said earlier too, I totally agree with the matchup. So you got Jaden Daniels, right? And he can be very mobile and get in any. But if you have Kyler out there
mhm,
who is fast as well and can catch him, maybe his effectiveness getting out and running isn't going to be as much as a detriment because he's gonna smack you. He's gonna catch you and
right.
he's gonna fucking smack you. So and then in coverage, like you said though, too, he's a beast in coverage as well. So he is a Swiss Army knife
Kind of the
Dennis Allen should be like
yeah,
to get him back, man. I really hope same with you. I hope he does 6 Spider-Man flips this game. I swear to God.
right. I mean, because that means something's going good. And
Correct.
I just want to see this Bears defense with the full complement of players. I mean, Jalen
You know,
Johnson.
why can't we can never get those stars to align.
Right.
Like, can we just have
Brisker
the
was out
full
half of the year last year from knocking himself out. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then this year, I mean, Jalen had to lose him also for the whole season so early in the year. It's like, oh, son of a bitch. How about this though? So yes, we lose Jalen, but Tyreek Stevenson, man. How good is it to see this fucking kid? Because I was worried about him. I
Mhm.
thought maybe that Hail Mary from last year broke him. Like, well, we're gonna cut him and he's out of here and his head ain't in it no more. But the kid, he had a really good interview with Kevin Byard on a podcast. I don't know if you caught it, but man, it was really good because Kevin Byard's getting all in the kid's head, and the kid super is dude, he handled that shit in stride. He's matured. And then even more so with Jalen going down so soon, felt the importance of him to be able to step into CB1 now and
Right.
take that over and he has. And I think as Bears fans too, even since when we drafted him, The kid's got great size. He's got great instinct. He plays physical. He plays sticky man coverage. Might get called here and there, but I don't care. I'll take a pass interference here and there for you playing sticky defense like that. I'll take it. Also, two
Mhm.
runs that come around the outside. He comes up and he fucking hits hard. I like him, and he is a little chippy. I don't like the extra chippy shit. He likes to stick fingers inside face masks and
Yeah.
gets untimely, unsportsmanlike. But erase all that bad behavior, and the kid is like he could be a CB1, and he's really stepping up this year. I hope he also has a good game tomorrow. I'm sure he will. I'm sure he'll do all right.
I would agree. I mean, I think Stevenson, he's definitely hit the reset button this year. Uh, Clearly, it affected him last year for the rest of that season. Like,
Yeah,
he just seemed like he was a head case. You never know what you were going to get. This
yeah.
year, you hit the reset button. He's coming out there. He's holding down that secondary. It's good to see Bayer, must have found the fountain of youth this season.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
looking a little bit quicker. I was worried last year. I mean, to me, last year he was just kind of another dude, but a good veteran presence in the locker room. Brisker going down, I think he's the emotional spark plug of that defense,
Yeah.
and it showed that he was gone. Like,
Oh yeah, his presence was definitely felt
yeah,
or missed.
you're
Now
right.
that he's
I
back,
mean,
it's felt.
you could see he brings the edginess to the defense, which is what's needed, right?
Yeah.
He's the vocal guy. He's the guy who's gonna try to put his helmet right through your chest, bury
I see.
you, get
I
up,
kind
and
of
piss
I've
on you
noticed
anyway.
he might have taken that he might have taken it down a notch this season. I've seen.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
He's not throwing his head in there quite as much,
Yeah.
which for us is a good thing,
It's a
right?
very good thing. It's a very good thing. I don't I think the kid I was worried for him during the off season and almost even considering that maybe he should be pondering playing football anymore
Like
because
the Tua situation, right?
yeah, because it's at some point,
Mhm.
bro, it's not worth it, man. It's not worth it. You're getting concussed all the time. And I think the more you get concussed, the easier it is to get concussed
Yeah.
thereafter. And at that point, dude, you got to think about you're a young man. You got the rest of your life, dude. Don't do this. But
Look
the
at
fact
what
that maybe
Muhammad
he's
Ali was, you
so
know?
exactly right, and even a
Right.
lot of ex football players as well,
Mhm.
Mike
Dave
Green and
Duerson,
uh,
let's,
Junior Seau. I mean,
God
there were
rest his
so
soul.
many of these guys that, yeah, were they hard hitters? Yeah, but the brain injuries, trauma, it's something you got to deal with later in life, and it's hard. And I'm glad to see maybe he's changed up his tackling a little bit because
I
you're
could
right, we need him on the field.
I could picture him tackling that donut where it teaches you to keep your head on the outside and not right in the middle of the donut, right? I
Yeah,
mean, last year I remember you sending the meme out after some of his tackles of a wrecking ball going through a brick wall, and that's
yeah,
how the kid tackled.
yeah.
So I'm a little bit surprised the kid doesn't play with a guardian cap, honestly.
I
But
know.
I think he went the other route and decided to get his head out of there. So
Yeah,
so
and a
be it.
wise choice because we need him.
Right.
And I'm sure he probably got talked to by man, this coaching staff that Ben Johnson hired, amazing. But I'm
Mhm.
sure he was probably talked to by a lot of the coaching, like, eh, hey, you got to be on the field, baby. You got to be on the
Right.
field. We need you
Availability
on the
is the
field.
best ability, right?
Absolutely. And so, again, yeah, the kid's not leading with his head and getting his head in where it shouldn't be. He's placing it right. So that's good because he's got to be out there. Absolutely. I like what you said about Kevin Byard too, because right, Dennis Allen comes in and again
Mhm.
working with Al Harris, I think helps a lot too. So he found a little
Absolutely.
bit of a fountain of youth action, and but he's a savvy vet, so him reading like you said about during the Raiders game. I know Kevin Byard had said in some press conference or small little locker room interview said that they had saw this on tape, right? That they ran this play. So that's the first time he saw it. Boom, he was able to jump it, get in the middle of it, and come up with the interception. So then he had to have been like a kid in a candy store to go,
Right.
"Oh, you're gonna run it again?" Like, okay. I'll keep taking it. You want to keep throwing this?
Yeah, leading the NFL in picks at one point.
Yeah.
I didn't see after this when they were on bye. Maybe somebody overtook him, but he was leading the league with 3,
Damn.
with
So
one other guy, I think. So
hopefully this week, studying their opponent with the Commanders, and hopefully they see some things as well, because that again, so that's another interesting stat that the Bears defense has. We're like in total defense, we're like in the high 20s, 25th, 26th, 27th, somewhere in that range, but yet we're tied for second in takeaways.
mhm.
So it's really funny. It's a weird conundrum where we'll get gouged and gashed for yardage and whatnot, but we're going to take that fucking ball away from you at some point during this drive. So I hope they keep that trend. I would say it'd probably be necessary to beat the Commanders, because we're not going to play offensively. We're not going to play a perfect game. I still suspect there's going to be some false starts and holding and things like that. You're going to have to, we're going to need to cause a couple of turnovers to come away with a victory on this game. And so I'm glad our defense is trending in that direction of taking the ball away so very well. Let's keep it up. Got to kick that ball out of Jaden Daniels' hands and punch it out of there, some shit. And do not let this rookie running back have a day. They better bring their hard hats.
I just want to see Caleb get a little bit of payback, because I think if they won that game last year, Caleb would have been thought about in a whole different light last year.
Yeah. This fucking kid's getting killed in the
Yeah.
media. National media, local media's got his back, but like the national story, it's fucking sickening that you're right. He needs this.
I agree.
He needs this win for that. Help
See,
that out.
a lot of these national pundits look at the final score and they look at the stat line. They don't see what happened during the games and didn't watch the games. The kid, even though he got sacked 68 times, fucking stood in that pocket nonstop, willing to deliver, get punched in the face nonstop. And boy, I could think of maybe 3-4 games last year that he brought him back at the end,
Right.
that Eberflus managed to lose for them. I mean, there should be a whole different national narrative. They're starting to see it this year.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see that some of these national pundits are like,
well,
wait
hold
a
on
minute.
now. Yeah, hold on. Right.
Maybe the 25 touchdowns versus 5 interceptions last year, even though he got sacked 68 times, shows that the kid's talented.
Yeah.
I don't
Maybe.
know.
Well, and that and two, right? 3,500 yards, like on a shitty team. That the
68 times he got sacked.
yeah,
68.
The whole team last year was an absolute shit show, and for the kid to end up with, like you said, I think it was 20 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Was that his final?
Somewhere in there.
3,500 yards on a shitty Shane Waldron. I can't say
he
it
didn't
enough.
watch tape.
No,
Right.
didn't watch tape with the kid. The kid had to figure it out on his own, and Shane Waldron's play calling made 0 sense. Again, there's a few guys I like watching their tape. We got Tim Jenkins, right? You got JT O'Sullivan, Chase Daniel. I like watching their breakdowns. JT O'Sullivan literally, in one of the games that he broke down the tape, literally said, "What the fuck is this?" That's and you don't hear JT swear.
No.
For him to break down a Shane Waldron play and go, "What the fuck is this?" Like, and I'm thinking, "Oh no, that's not good.
No.
That's not good." And then so they fire Shane halfway through the season, elevate Thomas Brown, who was like a passing game coordinator. Hey, guess what, Bucko? You're the offensive coordinator now. Okay.
Guess what?
Yeah, 2 weeks later. Guess what?
Coach.
Now you're the head coach too. What do you think about that, kiddo? You made it. Like, dude, no wonder it was a fucking shit show. And but the point is that Caleb ended up with the stats that he did. And then the character things that you speak on, I think is huge. The kid got fucking sacked 68 times and he kept getting up and fighting.
Yep.
he didn't miss any fucking football last year. He just got his ass whooped for 17 games. And like you said, in some cases, fought through all the bullshit, wielded us into the waiting hands of victory just to have terrible coaching squander it. And
Clock
it's like, oh my
management,
fucking
formations, God, nonstop. Right? At least we have Ben Johnson because of it. That's
So
the bottom line.
That's the silver lining. That's
Right.
again, that is the, I guess, yeah, I said silver lining because, right, you go through all that shit last year, and me especially, I'll speak on, complaining all season. This fucker should have been fired at the end of last season. Why is he even our coach? You had Jim Harbaugh.
Right.
Not that that would have happened, but that, don't tell me that ain't every Bears fan's dream to have Jim Harbaugh, our fucking head coach. That would have been
I
awesome.
think it could have happened. I mean,
yeah.
obviously he's got Chicago ties. He was drafted by the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
And being a Michigan fan, I would have loved to see the
You would have
khakis
loved
roaming
that.
the sideline. Of
Sure.
course. But
yeah.
it is exciting. With the quarterback we have, I think Ben Johnson might be
So yeah,
maybe
so
the better fit there. And that's hard for me to say.
Possibly. Yeah. I mean, and so to have gone through all that, to finally at the end of it all, because there was, again, the disgruntled, abused Bears fan that sits in here was like, I was like, we're not getting Ben Johnson. Like, knock it off. We ended up interviewing like 80 fucking people. And I'm like, it's not going to be Ben Johnson. We're going to get one of these fucking no names that we always do. Never been a head coach, never called fucking plays, but guess what? You're a head coach now. Like, that's what we're known for doing. But when that news came out, that man, I was like, oh my God. I felt the same excitement like when we landed Khalil Mack. I lost my mind that night when I found out we got Khalil Mack. So it was the same thing with Ben Johnson. Like, oh my God, like finally a competent, not Matt Nagy. Okay. So Matt Nagy, what? Oh, he was a quarterback's coach.
Players coach. Yeah.
For the Chiefs all those years. Okay. Did he call any plays? Well, he called the one game in the playoffs and they lost that game, right? They did. Yeah. So that was the only game he called plays. Yeah. Okay.
Andy Reid tree. I have a lot of respect for Andy Reid.
Oh yeah, Andy Reid's one of the goats.
Yeah, thankfully that branch reattached itself to the Andy Reid tree because it didn't do very good on its own.
Yeah, no, he went right back to suckling on the teat. And then doing what? What are you doing with Patrick Mahomes? You're getting his coffee,
right?
Like, ooh, Matt, this coffee's too hot. No, cool it off.
Go blow on it for me, right?
You got it, Pat. Like, what the fuck is Nagy doing? Anyways, we go from Nagy, Eberflus, a defensive-minded guy. So here we go back to Bears fucking football. Okay, defensive coach. And there was a part of me, and I still feel this way. Great defensive coordinator, Eberflus. He was good. But head coach, again, he didn't understand situational football, didn't know how to manage the clock and his timeouts properly.
Didn't know how to put a staff around him.
That too, right? That whole shit got weird really fast, didn't it?
Yeah.
The defensive coordinator they had, just mysteriously, they raid his office and remove his computers and then fucking fired and nobody knows what the hell happened. I think the story just came out like a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, that he was being inappropriate in his office with like a cam girl or something. Like he was cam girling it. He had a couple OnlyFans accounts going on in his fucking office at Alice.
Hell Woo!
Yeah. Which is, what, I'm relieved because I was thinking like worser things than that. I'm like, oh no, this guy was had CP or something going on. Fucking
Right.
weirdo. Okay,
Something
so
that's federal.
yeah, right.
He
Jail
could join
time.
some of the Illinois governors, where he
Oh,
was
hey,
probably
hey now.
going.
We can do that. We can go there. Not on this show. We could do that.
No.
You join me on Loud Horse Enough. We'll talk about Pritzker all day, that motherfucker. Anyways.
Next.
But yeah, so we have to stomach Eberflus for the 3 years to finally get a guy, an actual dude. This guy had he had the top scoring offense for 2, maybe 3 years in a row.
3 years, I think. Yep.
Okay. Like his offense, yeah, of course he comes from a tree, but this was his offense. And when you watch the games, he knows how to scheme shit. He knows how to, what's the words? He knows how to sequence his play calling.
Yeah.
Setting one place.
Play calling.
Yeah. One play sets up another. That sets up another. That sets up and he's great at it. And he's our guy. This is our guy. Okay. Let me fawn over him a little bit more. We get him in, and then OTA start. And you're starting to hear that this guy's like him and his staffs, because everybody's got to be continuity in the messaging, are not putting up with anything less than the standard that they see, that they want. So he's calling out players. He's telling them, yelling at Cole Kmet, mind you, like a team leader.
Yelling at Caleb Williams.
Yelling at Caleb as well. Telling him, get the fuck back in the huddle and shit, because he didn't like
get off the fucking field.
Or that one time that he told him to get the fuck off, that they're wasting everybody's time. Yeah. I'm like, holy shit. We haven't seen nothing like this since Ditka. I know Absolutely. Lovey had a
okay. I'll give you Lovey
system, but to actually get the fuck out, Lovey wasn't doing that.
No.
Lovey was a God-fearing man who apparently never cursed.
But Lovey also had the likes of Brian Urlacher and Lance Briggs. You don't think those guys were saying a few F words out there?
Oh, absolutely.
Getting their guys in check?
Yeah.
Olin Kreutz as well.
Olin Kreutz also, man. Love that guy.
Yeah.
He
step out of line, he's going to be the one that smacks you in the mouth.
And Olin does. He'll put hands on you. In the weight room. He will fucking put hands on you. But yeah. So right, to have that really helped out a lot. But to have Ben's here, he's doing these things, and you kind of caught a little glimpse of it as well, where let me see if I could pull this up right quick. The guy is just
that up. Yeah. I was gonna say, you look at Nagy, Eberflus, what are those coaches considered? Players, coaches, right? Oh, it's all fun and games. No, this is a fucking profession. And God damn it, as Bears fans, we want excellence, and that's what we're used to. We're used to the Ditkas, the Buddy Ryans on the sidelines.
Right.
And not that you could tell from Ben Johnson's look, appearance, demeanor, but man, that dude's a hard ass, and I like it.
Yeah.
Accountability, having all those NFL players as coaches, 100%, because they've been in locker rooms. They know when to pat somebody on the back. They also know when to tear them down a peg to help build them back up.
Yep. Here's our guy. This was one of our first experiences of what's Ben Johnson like as a coach. This picture, we're up 28-0.
Love it.
Yeah. And you know what he's fucking stewing about? Because he saw a missed assignment. He saw a loaf. He saw a fucking missed block. He saw a wide receiver fucking taking it easy on a play. That's what he's seeing. He doesn't give a shit if it's 28-0 right now. He sees shit that needs to be cleaned up, fucking details that need to be paid more attention to. And I personally am here for it. I'm here for all that.
Me too. 100%. I love it.
Absolutely. We've gone so long without it that finally a breath of fresh air. Thank God. A coach who's gonna hold people accountable. He doesn't give a shit what the name is on your jersey. He doesn't care
No.
what order you were drafted in. He doesn't care what you're getting paid on your contract. If you can't do what I need you to do on the field, you're not playing.
Hmm.
Performance over politics. The guy, right? Again, I don't care who drafted you or what draft order you were drafted in. Don't care. I need you to run this play how I need it ran, and if you can't,
See ya.
Braxton, you're out of here.
Yeah. Can't drop your ass and protect a bull rush? Go sit down.
Go sit down. Yep. Next guy up. Let's go. Man, good stuff, man. I just love having the guy, and I think with these little incremental improvements we've seen through the season so far, this is just bodes well for basically what he said in a past press conference early on, where he said, "You're not really going to see this offense like gel or its identity until like he said later in the season, because he already knows how long it's going to take for the whole system to be installed and everybody understand it and know the ins and outs. And because I tell you what, if the Bears to even look a little bit like the Lions offense, can you imagine the Bears putting up 50 burgers?
Right. Hopefully it's not because they need to outscore their opponents, 49.
Oh yeah, I don't want to win in track meets. No, don't want to win
So,
track meet. It's cool now and again, high flying, but then that means our defense isn't doing their job. But
I'll take a 35-10 win every week. No problem
yeah.
there.
And so back to this Washington game, I'm actually again. So I said it earlier. I'm this guy. Yeah, Bears 42, Commanders 14. I'm hoping that we beat them by, I don't know, by 2 touchdowns. I'm hoping that it's a solid stamp. Put a stamp on that shit. We didn't squeak out of there with a win. Definitely don't want us to lose in any fashion, whether it's a blowout or even close. I want to win and have it be with some authority, so that I don't know, the national
People
media
can
might
start taking us seriously a little bit.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, the Bears have arrived. Ben Johnson's offense has arrived. And I think it kind of bodes well because, again, if we go back to this injury report, speaking on the matchup, they don't really show Washington's guys, but I already know that they're ruled out. You got Terry McLaurin, wide receiver, and then Noah Brown, the other wide receiver. He just ironically was the guy who caught the Hail Mary ball last year's game. They're not playing. They're out. So their wide receiver room is taking a big hit. And now they got Debo, but Debo is a little nicked up. So
I'm not afraid of Debo anymore. Like maybe
San
3 years
Fran's
ago.
version. Yeah.
Right. I mean, they used him in so many different ways. TJ Edwards coming back, I think, will help negate some of that sideline to sideline stuff. So I don't know. I think it's going to be a close game, and God forbid that it comes down to the last play, right? Because everybody's going to be turning off their TV sets if it does.
Yeah. Here.
But yeah, same.
Yeah. I'm just gonna walk away.
Right.
I don't want that situation.
But I will say this: if it does, I guarantee you Stevenson will be looking at the play instead of the stands.
We could definitely guarantee that.
Right.
He did again that interview he did with, I wonder if I could pull that up. Did you see it? You didn't catch any of the interview he did?
I didn't. I'm planning on going back and watching it because it sounds very interesting.
Oh, it was so good. It was so good. So it's on David Kaplan's channel.
Okay.
On YouTube, called The Recap. I'm gonna pull up just a little bit.
Okay.
Because I want to talk about, because he asks him about
what was happening there.
The Hail Mary there. He talks a little bit about it, and then talks about how is he going to handle this game in Washington. and Tyreek says something that is very funny.
So I think one of the things we could do is kind of set the table for what maybe we'll talk about afterwards. I think we've talked about Ben Johnson, we've talked about the coaching staff. I think the next person we need to talk about is Ryan Poles.
Oh, okay. I got this clip queued up of Tyreek Stevenson. We're gonna hit polls right after this.
Agreed.
Ooh,
Let's do it.
Poles, man.
Is he playing chess, Chinese checkers?
Oh God.
I don't know yet. We'll see. That's what they call a tease in the business, right?
All right, so here he is on Kevin Byard's little show.
Nervous? Is it gonna be emotional? Like, what do you think it's gonna be like when you get out there? Or are you just gonna be?
I'm calm, bro.
Business as usual. How you been these last few games? You know what I mean?
Few games, I'm calm, bro. Because
love the confidence already.
I make the moment. Like they gonna do their best job to have the cameras in my face. They gonna do the best job to the stories. I'm pretty sure when I get in there, they gonna play it on the big screen.
You think they are?
What? Come on.
Yeah.
And it's deserved.
Go the whole nine. The best thing I can
do
is be who I was these last few games for y'all boys. Go out there calm.
So yeah, that's that shit made me laugh because at least he's totally aware of what's coming.
Yeah.
Because it is. They're gonna show that shit on the Jumbotron
every time out.
Man, I'd like to set like some of these gambling apps. Set an over or under how many times they're going to play that. We're talking Monday Night Football. How many times is the broadcast going to show it?
Oh, God.
3, 4, 5 fucking times.
Gotta listen to Troy Aikman and Joe Buck. Just
is it Joe Buck really?
It's got to be. It's Monday night, right? Oh, is there 2 games going?
I don't know. Please don't let it be Joe. I fucking hate Joe Buck. I'm sorry. He hates the Bears. He talks so much shit about just Chicago in general. I don't know what Chicago ever did to Joe Buck, but he fucking hates the Cubs. He fucking hates the fucking Bears. Fucking guy. All right.
The other team is Fowler and a couple other guys from ESPN, if there's 2. But
anybody we got 30 people watching right now. Any of you guys want to put in the comments who's calling the game Monday night? Anybody know? I'm looking it up, but if anybody could beat me to the punch and comment, is it going to be Joe Buck Aikman?
Yeah, and definitely. It's funny from where I'm from. Well, I grew up in the city, but I'm now in a different state. Let's just put it like this. The team that resides in the state that I'm from literally have passed around a petition for those 2 guys never to call any of their games. So
seriously,
now you have a little bit of insight of where I reside right now. But
nice. Okay. I'll sign it. I'm not from the state, but
right.
Is it an online thing I could sign? Maybe I'll start one for
I'll try to find out.
Chicago too. I'll start one for Chicago. I don't want them. I don't mind Aikman, but Joe Buck, man. I feel the same about Joe Buck as I do fucking Collinsworth, man. I fucking hate Chris Collinsworth too.
Yeah, it's like sometimes
it is.
You just is that who
it's Joe? It's Joe Buck.
I
Troy
figured.
Aikman.
So
fucking A. I'm just turning the volume down. Maybe I'll go live and do just like a live stream watch party.
Okay.
I don't know though. I don't know, man. Because if something goes bad, I don't want to see. I don't want these 30 people to see the ugly side of me.
I was thinking the same thing. Like all of a sudden the camera goes down and we all know what happened, huh?
Yeah. Holy fucking A. Okay, so here we go. You guys ready? Let's get in to King Poles. You can start us
Poles.
Okay. Well, I had him as King Poles for a little minute there.
All right.
Well, hold on. I'll tell you what. For like the last 3, no, pretty much ever since he's been the GM. Here's where he got my respect, where it started. When he came to Chicago, we didn't have jack shit for draft capital. We had nothing. Mm-hmm. The roster was a fucking mess. our salary cap was fucking maxed out in all the wrong places. And again, there's no draft capital. His first draft, he had to perform essentially miracles to get the draft picks that he did. And I think that first draft, his second round, because we didn't have any first rounders for a little minute there. His first 2 picks, right, were Kyler Gordon, Jaquan Brisker. Were those his first very 2 picks?
I'm pretty sure.
They're still on the team. They're staples. Okay, good. Great. Then he gets next draft also. No first rounder, I think, again. But he goes Jervon Dexter, Zach Pickens. Now this is where things start to get a little shaky because Zach Pickens isn't even on the team anymore. Jervon Dexter, we're still kind of waiting for this kid to blossom. He's taking these baby steps, but me personally, as a fan, I've seen you for 3 years. I need to start seeing more. Like now, I need more consistency. Oh, it's okay. So also to where he's fucked up is Claypool. Okay, big fucking miss, big swing and a miss there.
Yep.
You let David Montgomery go. Big miss there.
Okay, that might be part of previous sins, but I'll give you that.
Yeah. Jump in.
Okay. So for me, I think based off of the situation that he had, and you talked about it a little bit earlier with holding on to Eberflus, and all of us were saying, what the hell is he doing?
Right.
And the fact that he had the foresight that Ben Johnson wasn't going to take that leap that year. As a Bears fan, I don't want to say it was a throwaway season. But let's be honest here. It was a throwaway season.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure
Lame duck
like
coach.
Yeah.
Shane fucking Waldron as the offensive coordinator, who we find out decides that watching game film's not important with their quarterback.
Yeah.
By the way, side note, I think Case Keenum is the silent most important pickup that the Bears have had.
Yep.
I think he's had a great impact on Caleb Williams.
Yep.
And how to be a pro and prepare for a poll, but back to polls.
And how to watch tape.
Right. Watch tape, period. How to break it down. I believe in what Poles is doing. Yes, he's made some moves that scratch your head, but I think the positive moves that he's made have far outweighed that. Look at Joe Tooney. Great pickup. Not only for on the field, but in that locker room. And they're getting younger, and it's always nice to have a veteran who's been there and has played at a high level for so long to teach the kids how to be pros. Right? Also, put a stalwart on that offensive line. Might only be for 3 or 4 years, but I think that's the window right now for this team, right? 3 to 4 years. If something major doesn't happen, as in deep run into the playoffs or maybe even a Super Bowl appearance, this thing's going to get – the GM is going to be on the hot seat, okay? I think Ben Johnson has a little bit longer of a leash, but I do like these two guys together.
Mm-hmm.
I think Poles has enough savvy to make the moves to help sculpt the roster that Ben Johnson needs. We've seen what he's done in terms of moving in the draft. We saw it with people like Trapillo this last draft and several other moves. Caleb and Rome in the last draft, right? We leveraged our picks to get 2 in the draft that we wanted, which already seemed to be bearing a little bit of fruit here, right? We talked about Rome earlier.
Yep.
And what he's starting to do. And if we could keep this tandem together, I'm not going to put it on like a Peyton Manning, Marvin Harrison, or Montana Rice level, but it could be one of the better pairs in Bears history, if not the best pair in Bears history.
Yeah, I would almost go on a limb and say when it's all said and done, barring, again, horrific injuries or something, this will be probably the most fruitful quarterback wide receiver tandem in Bears history.
I think that's a pretty safe bet to say, right? Poles is smart enough to where he can learn from his past mistakes, the Claypools, right? There's a couple moves that we all wish that he would have maybe explored a little bit more, like getting Cleo Mack back, right?
Right, yeah.
Maybe picking up a running back in the draft. But I also think you look at how that draft went, a lot of the high end backs got picked 1 or 2 picks before the Bears were getting ready to pick.
So
And
this draft was goofy like that, right?
Yeah.
When a
Especially
running
at
back
the
was
running
coming
back
up,
position.
yeah,
Mhm.
our pick is coming up, and like there's a running back sitting there, and like you said, a pick or two before it's us, and
Yep.
they get picked, and you're like, "Fuck!" I
You
know
look
he
at
was on their board. I know he was.
Amari and Hampton, right, from North Carolina, that
Yes,
went
yeah.
to the Chargers. The 2
The
kids
other
from
guy,
Ohio State.
Ohio State. Yes, those kids.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Judkins and I can't think of the other guy's name off the top of my head. But both of those kids, not that I want to see a ton of Ohio State players. Sorry if there's anybody watching from Ohio State. You could tell which college team I root for. But I think those were some of the power explosive backs that they were looking at, that had a little bit of speed, had a little bit of power, maybe even a speed upgrade compared to Montgomery. Not quite as fast as Jamari Gibbs, right? But a nice blend of both. You already have your speed guy in number 4, right? So now you need that power guy. You need the Thunder. We have the Lightning and Swift, great in the open field, great on screens, great on slip screens. Coming out of the back check downs, he could take a 5-yard check down and take it 60.
Right.
Right. But we need that guy who can sniff the end zone inside the 15, the 10, that straightforward, little bit of wiggle that can, if he gets in the open field, can still break it. Right. Montgomery's not the fastest guy in the world if we're comparing it to the Lions offense, but it has enough speed.
Yeah. I've seen enough David Montgomery. He's hit home runs.
Sure.
I mean, he had like a 75-yarder against the Texans one year. And and he's taken home run balls in Detroit too. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I think what Poles has done, he basically got the Bears into the position to where they can build a competitive roster. Let's see if that plays out. Now that he doesn't have all that firepower that he had before, now he's got to earn his money. Right. So this is the next few years in terms of how we draft, and we get it. Not every draft pick is going to hit. Right. But I think the players that he's taken have a higher ceiling. Maybe it's too early to say this name, but Trubisky and Pace, when we had Patrick Mahomes and all those other players out there, basically any other quarterback taken in the first round that year.
Minus Masseuse Gate.
Right. Yes.
Because that's who I wanted. That's who I wanted.
Uh-huh.
But in hindsight, I'm like, whoo!
Yeah.
Thank God we didn't draft Deshaun Watson. Golly.
The first 2 years or 3 years would have been great.
Correct.
We'd have been right.
Years at the
Texans, we'd be paying a lot of dead money right now, right?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Good old Cleveland.
Good old Cleveland. Leave it to the Browns.
Yeah. Okay, I saw something on the Browns that they're paying 8 quarterbacks this year.
Yeah, is that fucking nuts? Who the fuck's running that fucking shit show? Jesus. Yeah. So what was your thoughts on this latest draft then? I mean, obviously I know you were probably happy with Colston Loveland. That is who I wanted. I wanted him over Tyler Warren. I know that a lot of Bears fans wouldn't agree with me on that, but that's fine. It was a matter of preference. To me, Tyler Warren looked like another Cole Kmet. We got Cole Kmet already. We don't need 2 Cole Kmets. Colston Loveland looked a lot more dangerous with the ball in his hands after the catch, and that's what I wanted, and so we got him. However,
where is he?
Where is he? Yeah, so that's kind of another thing, and it's it's not Poles' fault that these guys are ending up hurt, but a lot of his guys, I mean, we're dealing with a lot of injury. Right, where is Colston? He needs to be more involved with the offense. I know he didn't play last game because of the hip. We'll see how he looks this game. I hope the hip is better so he can be more involved. However, at 10 in the draft, I was like, and I've been saying this for at least 2 seasons, Braxton is not the guy. Poles, let him go. I know you got a personal maybe rapport with him, but you're hurting the team. Okay, like make him a swing tackle, but we got to draft somebody. And at 10, I think Ursery was still available. Ursery was one of the left tackles I
The
would have
kid from
taken.
Texas.
Yeah,
Right. Banks, I think, was still there.
Banks was Banks still in it too? Because I wanted him too.
Oh, you know what?
I thought he got
Now that
drafted before.
I think he got
wasn't
drafted
available
1 or
at 10.
2 picks before. I think you're right.
But at that point, I'm like, ooh, Ursery. This is a no-brainer. Colston Loveland. I'm like, okay. I guess we're going with Braxton.
I thought that was more of a indictment on Cole Kmet than anything.
Sure. I
Good
mean,
player,
if you think about his
little
skill set,
inconsistent, but
if you think about Cole's skill set, that's not Ben Johnson's tight end,
no.
right? He's not a Laporta, he's not a Hawkinson, he's not Cole Kmet's good. I wish he was more consistent. What a bad game he had against the Raiders.
Yeah, man.
I mean, just bad. I mean, usually his hands are pretty damn good. Again, he gets open, he catches the ball. He's usually known for his sure hands. Not too good at blocking. He's hit or miss on run block, but pretty consistent. But just a shitty. Damn, what a bad game he had against the. He dropped so many fucking balls,
and so many of them were for first downs too. And that was the disappointing thing. I think that one down by the goal line too would have set him up. I think he had a drop down there too.
But like you're saying, could have that pick, right? How was that not an indictment on Cole, right?
Mm-hmm.
How could it not be? Could it? I mean, you could, and I know Ben loves running 12 personnel, and I guess it's we run it the most in the NFL. I believe I heard some
which I think
HGO might have said.
That's why they went tight end. And if you're gonna go that, you have Braxton coming off of an injury. And then you look at what else Poles did in the rest of the draft. Offensive line is kind of where, they were concentrating on.
Yeah,
you'd like to see him maybe.
We had 3 picks in the second. Ozzie Trapillo, Luther Burden, and Shamar Turner, defensive tackle.
TBD,
which finally,
right?
Luckily, because he was hurt the first few weeks, we finally got to see him in the Raiders game. Apparently he was a part of the big play, that last third down for the Raiders. He got some penetration. Byard was able to come in and stop Genty right there. I want to see more of him. Shamar Turner, he looks like he's a big kid. But yeah.
Big, strong kid. You look at all the preseason hype on him and, all the hype videos and ESPN going to his home and all that. Seems like the kid's hungry to play ball.
Yeah.
So
he's got a pretty good attitude.
Yeah. So overall, I mean, I like what Poles is doing. We know they're not going to hit on every pick. They're not going to hit on every free agent signing. He might have gone into that Claypool thing thinking that's just a rental anyway, and they need to do something. I mean, what they give up for him it was actually fairly high, wasn't it? Wasn't it like a 4th?
Something like that.
Yeah. So maybe overstretched a little bit there. Maybe trying to catch lightning in a bottle. I don't know. I'll be curious to see if he's going to take a swing at the running back position this year.
Yeah. So trade deadline still a little bit ways away. What do we got? About another 3 or 4 weeks left. I'm curious as well. Do we make a move at all? Who's out there? I don't really know who's out there. Alvin
the one
Kamara.
Name that I've been hearing, that's one name. The other name, Breece Hall from the Jets.
Oh yeah, I heard that one too.
But he's in a contract year, so if they do make a move, based off of what I've seen, the kid's got home run hitting ability. He's a little bit injury prone, but I mean, he was a stud in Iowa State. Coming into the NFL, he made a couple big splashes. He might be one of those guys that could break out on a decent team. God forbid the kid's been stuck on the Jets for the last few years,
Right. Yeah, that's a factor too, right?
right? But
Can't
I
really see
mean,
his
he was
full
still
potential on
producing.
Yeah, that's true too. 'Cause I was gonna say you can't really see his full potential on such a bad team, but you did get to see a lot of glimpses of what
Yeah.
he's capable of.
I would be afraid going forward that the Bears might not be able to afford the type of money that he's looking for. Maybe. I don't know. With the fact that he's been on the Jets, I've seen the kid play. I watched him in college. Um, I watched him on the Jets, especially the first few years. I think he was in the running for Rookie of the Year when he first came into the league. And that was, geez, who would have been the Jets quarterback then? I can't even tell you.
Yeah,
But
the Jets have been going through some quarterbacks.
yeah. So I don't think their offensive line was always that great. Their defensive line has always been good.
Their
So
defensive line's always been good. Yeah.
he's kind of in that power back with speed mold. I wouldn't mind seeing that. I don't know what's going to cost to get him though, because the Jets are rebuilding. Is it going to take more than what the Bears have in their arsenal? I mean, the one thing that Poles did, he wasn't afraid to use those picks. Yeah, he traded them around a little bit, but at the same point, he filled a lot of holes. It just means we don't have a whole lot of capital right now. So
yeah, and we don't really. I'm not sure. I'd have to look at our salary cap. We did something. Who did we restructured somebody? Jalen's contract to open up some more money.
Yep.
So I don't know where we sit at. I think it's a decent amount. It might be like 8 million. I'd have to Google it really quick. But
yeah,
we do have wiggle room to bring somebody in. But you're talking an edge. Do we bring in an edge? Do we bring in a running back? I mean, a defensive tackle. I mean, those are probably our three biggest needs.
Yeah.
Here's Brees's stats. So he's drafted here. We got 2022. He only had 80 carries for 463, but then the next year, he rushed for just under 1,000, 5 touchdowns. The following year, he rushed for 876. And then last year, was he injured? Because he only rushed for 351.
That's this year, right? 2025 so far, 66.
Oh, 2025. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Good boy. Thank you, sir. Because, okay. Oh, here's his current game-by-game stats for 2025. Right. I was like, why did he only rush for 351? That's this year. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
And he's splitting with Braylon Allen, the kid from Wisconsin. So, who is, I think he's a second-year player.
Is he good?
That was a stud in college.
Yeah.
And so rookie season, but started breaking out a little bit towards the end of last year. So.
But, okay. So he's sharing carries then.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say he's week 1 against the Steelers, he rushed for 107, but then the following 2 weeks, must be where he's sharing carries because the Bills, he only rushed for 29. The Bucks, he rushed for 21. Dolphins, 81. Cowboys, 113. And then the Broncos, 59.
So I just did a quick Google search of top running back trade targets. Guess who the top 2 were?
Oh, God. Brees Hall.
Yeah.
And Alvin Kamara. Kamara. There has to be there's probably not much tread left on Alvin Kamara. That's probably why nobody's jumping on it. So I don't know.
Well, he's really big dollar too. Yeah.
Oh, right. Too. He probably comes at a high ticket price. I don't know if I'd go for him. A younger Alvin Kamara. We missed that window.
Yeah.
Right. Who wouldn't have taken a young Alvin Kamara in his prime, right? But
right. Let's take a look at the next 2. So the next one on that list is Isaiah Pacheco.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. So as a possible trade piece. So which is interesting to me because Kansas City doesn't have a run game either. And
so that worries me. Why? Right. Kansas City just let him. He's on a trade block or he's not on a team.
So it said, well, he's still on the Chiefs, but it
Okay,
says
he's on
that
the
they've
roster.
reportedly been in contact with other teams about acquiring a running back, and Pacheco has been mentioned as a possible trade piece. Well, Bears don't have anything really running back wise to trade with. The next one is Brian Robinson Jr. from the Commanders.
Okay.
So he had a good season last year.
Right.
I mean, he was a standout. So, but now that they got the new rookie kid with the hyphenated name, I can't remember it, but they're saying he's a possible trade candidate.
Wonder what
He was a
kind of.
bigger back too, with
Yeah.
breakaway speed.
Oh, I
Possible.
wonder what kind of again, what sort of cost is it going
Yeah.
to be to get somebody like that? And do we have that, right? I are you willing to, I don't know, on a running back, you willing to give up any draft capital to bring in a running back? Yeah, right. It's kind of
But
like,
you're going to have to, right? I mean, trying to think. Maybe our most talented room is the wide receiver room. Somebody you want to give up there? I don't think you're going to trade Zacchaeus back to the Commanders for another
No.
guy. I
But
don't think that's happening.
This is where the DJ discussion
Oof.
comes back up. I just don't want to let him go, man, because again, when this offense starts clicking on all cylinders,
Yeah.
you're gonna miss DJ if he ain't here.
DJ to the Jets and Justin Fields makes sense.
Ooh, yeah, he loved Justin so damn much.
Yeah. So who knows? Now we're, conspiracy theorists.
I know, yeah. Hold on, where's I have a tinfoil hat in here. Hold on.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing them do a little bit more, maybe even taking a flyer on like a J.K. Dobbins last year in free agency, but they did so much in free agency. I can't be mad at it. I mean, they fixed the biggest glaring weakness in the offensive line, and they invested heavily in that, right? Tooney, Dahlman, Jackson.
Yeah.
And they spent draft capital in it, which when you're building a team, you build it from the inside out, right? Offensive line. They also invested in the defensive line. I don't think the defensive line investments are paying out like the offensive line investments are.
Agreed.
But
Yep.
It's sound logic, right? You start from the inside, you work your way out.
Yeah.
And the Bears were already fairly good on the outside.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The trenches definitely where they needed the help. So I can't really find any flaws in that logic. I think if you talk to most of the Bears fans, they would agree with us and say offensive line, defensive line is where the money needed to be invested in order for us to have a chance. And then as we move down the line, you have a chance to get younger in those positions because they did bring in veterans in that. Grady Jarrett on the defensive line, right?
Mhm.
Hell of a player. Been a huge fan of him.
Yeah,
but
big time.
He's a veteran.
A little long in the tooth.
I didn't want to quite go there, but yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. So I don't know. I mean, you can't fix everything in one off season, and I think if you try to do that, that's where teams get themselves in trouble. You overpay for positions that you're not supposed to.
Yeah.
You trade away too much of your draft capital, and if you can't keep getting younger and good talent, I think that's why they went with Luther Burden.
Mhm.
I was shocked that they drafted another receiver, but the kid had a first round grade on him.
Yep.
He's a burner.
Yep.
And that could have been a DJ Moore contingency plan if you're looking long term. I don't know. We'll see. To be determined.
Still right. The jury's still out.
It gives them the pieces to do it if they wanted, right? So they wouldn't.
It really does.
Yeah, it doesn't put them in as bad of a position as they would have been in previous years. How would you say how would you feel if your receiving core was Zacchaeus, Rome, and Luther Burden?
Yeah.
Most,
I'd be good with that.
But now that you have DJ Moore in there, and Zacchaeus, and Rome, and Burden, and you have Loveland that you drafted high, could clearly be a weapon, right?
Oh yeah.
Cole Kmet, if he could come around and round back into, even last year, he was making big catches down the seam, right?
Yeah.
That's what we need. I think that was the vision for Loveland, except Loveland probably has a little bit more home run hitting ability than Kmet.
Yeah.
Right. They have the pieces. They have the pieces to make the move if they want. So, and I obviously Rome's not going anywhere.
No.
I don't think Zacchaeus would go anywhere because he's your prototypical slot, and they're not trading the rookie. So, pulling out my Nostradamus ball here, if anybody were to go, unfortunately, I think it would be DJ.
It's DJ. Damn.
Yeah. Odd man out in this case. And they just paid him, so they like him. They just paid him last year.
Right.
On Hard Knocks, right? We saw it. Yep. So, I mean, and he's still, for a wide receiver, for the output that he has, he's still a bargain. So I don't know if that's a piece that you necessarily want to take off of the board. I don't know.
It would have to be, because again, I stated earlier, man, I'm not huge on letting DJ go just because, again, his ability on the field. I mean, again, with the ball in his hands, he's hard to tackle. He makes plays. He can take it to the house. He's a nice route runner. He's very good hands. It's just the Bears just have this huge, unless Kyle Monangai gets more action, we have this huge opening at running back where
it's a glaring hole for sure.
Yeah. I just, how mad I get on my damn couch watching all these fucking inside zones and every fucking time, man, every time Swift just fuck that hole that's there. I'm going to bounce this outside. And now he's fast, but he's not, linebackers are fast too. And they're meeting him at 2-yard gains at the sidelines. Every time it's like, here we fucking go. Sometimes no gain. And it's like, this isn't going to work, buddy. You got to run north-south, baby. I thought Eric Bieniemy was coaching the piss out of his. He's got to be saying something when you go to the sideline. Eric Bieniemy's got to be like, north and south. What the fuck are we doing?
Right.
We keep bouncing outside. Well, so then if Kyle Monangai, from what I've seen, I like, but again, there's things going on in the building that I don't know. Right. If there's like concepts he's not understanding or blitz pickups and shit like that, hey, he can't be on the field if he's a fucking liability. So they bring somebody in. It would have to be somebody like a Breece Hall for me to go, all right, well, I'm not happy about DJ going, but for the better of the team,
I think if you float DJ Moore out there, you could get a good player and probably a decent pick back, right?
Yeah.
I'd be curious to see what the compensation was on that. And I'm not advocating to get rid of DJ Moore. Let me just
put it out there.
Right.
Don't want the 31 in the chat getting mad. No.
We're speculating here, right? But I mean, it's the only piece that makes sense in my mind. And I am not some great NFL prognosticator. And I'm not going to pretend that I am, but just breaking down what I can see in front of me, that's the only thing that really makes sense. If they were to make a move, I think that and a pick. Yeah, I would think, because we know that Poles loves picks. And
he sure does.
Yeah. The more he could get, the happier he is.
Yeah.
So, and if he has a decent hit rate, that's probably the way to go. Right. I mean, it's always that mix of veterans and these young kids and everything else. And the Pole legacy, obviously, we all know is tied to Caleb. And so far, most people probably think that's a 50-50 split. I think maybe us looking through Bears colored glasses are a little bit more towards the positive side on that.
Yeah.
Just from what we see. But you know, overall, the original topic is polls. 2 thumbs up for me so far.
Yeah.
Maybe 1.5 thumbs up. I mean, there were some moves that are head scratchers, but
There's been a couple.
overall,
Yeah, definitely. I agree. I like polls, especially seeing his cool, calm approach to the situation that he came into. He was very bullish with money. He was bullish with draft capital, and I have to commend that because me, as a default, I'm a spender, baby. I'm a spender, right? Ryan
spend it like
Poles,
yeah.
Ryan Pace hedging his bets and not worried about futures and shit. Like I'm like all about that. Fuck yeah. 3 first round picks for Khalil Mack. Fucking send it. Let's go.
Jay Cutler, do it.
Yeah. So, but to have this different approach of, well, this is what we got. We're going to hold on to it. Right. And he does the best with what he can. The football gods with the Carolina thing and them giving us their whole fucking farm so they can get Bryce Young.
How freaking savvy was that, man?
Woo! I mean,
DJ Moore,
dude.
Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
You could bring up what that trade yielded and everything they got out of it. And he, beat them in the sleep and robbed them all at the same time.
Yeah. And then we benefited from that trade the next 2 drafts.
Yeah.
I mean, so it was great. And then, a couple things. Again, the Claypool thing. My expectation was high because I knew Claypool was balling out in Pittsburgh, but Pittsburgh must just have a system that wide receivers excel in Pittsburgh for some fucking reason. They have the wide receiver luck, but then they're all head cases. And so, you get George Pickens. They let go of George Pickens. The kid was a little bit of had attitude problems. Claypool had attitude problems. Antonio Brown had attitude problems. I mean, so that shit didn't work out. So bad luck there. But trying to think. There's been a couple misses by Pulse, but I think you said it earlier. I agree with the statement 1,000%. More positive than negatives coming from him, and you couldn't really say that about Ryan Pace. Ryan Pace had a lot of fuck ups and very few hits. I think the only 2 players left on the roster from Ryan Pace is Jalen Johnson, Cole Kmet. I think that's it.
The other thing I think that's understated right now, and we talked a little bit about it earlier, is the status in which that organization is in now. It's actually a place that players want to come to.
Mm-hmm.
And if anything, that's probably more important than maybe some of the draft picks and hits and everything else. Now you have a place that high-end free agents are willing to come to because they want to help build a winner.
Yeah.
Right? And that wasn't the case for the last 8-10 years.
Long time.
Right?
Long time. Players did not want to come here.
And the Bears had to overpay to get people like that through draft picks. We talked about Khalil Mack, 3 number 1s. And as a Bears fan and a lover of defense, everybody cheered. And I would still do that trade even if it was brought up today, right?
Yeah.
If it was the Khalil Mack of that time, why not? But that's what we had to do to bring high-end talent in here. Jay Cutler, another one. High-end quarterback. How many ones did we give up for him? Khalil Mack, high-end defensive talent. That's 6 years of number 1s.
Yeah.
And you look at the long term and you look at the last 7 to 8 years. In the moment, it was great. We had some success, especially in the early 2000s. And that was with Rex Grossman, by the way. But the defense was so good that it carried us. And I honestly feel that we paid the price for that.
Sure
And
did.
finally, that bill is paid off.
Yeah.
And now we can move forward. And
Correct.
that, as a Bears fan, is what's exciting to me,
Yes.
right? We have number ones going forward.
Yep.
Knock on wood or any superstition. Hopefully, we have our quarterback situation figured out for the first time ever.
Ever.
Right? A quarterback that might be with our franchise for 10 plus years.
Yep.
Okay. The face of the franchise, whatever you want to call him. And that's what gives me hope moving forward.
Yeah.
That gives me
with the
true
coach
optimism.
to boot, right? With the coach to boot.
Right.
Absolutely.
That's what gets me excited as a Bears fan thinking forward. Like, this is sustainable. This
Correct.
isn't.
That's the word.
Let's hope for one good season where we made it to the Super Bowl, riding our defense, and a rain game screws us over, even though we open take back the opening kickoff for a touchdown.
Jeez.
And everybody, has visions of grandeur until Peyton Manning walks out onto the field.
We're opening up all kinds of old wounds here today.
Yeah. I mean, let's just let it all out.
We're opening up all the wounds today.
But anyway, what I was saying, it gives us hope going forward. And
correct.
Not only could we be a playoff team, but hopefully we could get to the point where the Packers are at, right? I saw the other day, in the last 20 years, the Packers won the division 10 times.
Jesus.
Half the time. The rest of them were split between the Lions, who've won the last 2 years. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only time they've been in there. The Bears, I think, had 3 or 4. And then the Vikings had the rest. Why can't we be the ones who win the division half the time? Because if you win the division 10 times in 20 years, that means you're in the playoffs at least 10 times.
Correct.
Right? How many of us would love to say, hey, in the next 20 years, we're going to be in the playoffs at least 10 times?
Yeah. Sign me up.
Yeah, exactly. Right?
Sign me up. But to your point, right. So the situation Ryan Poles has us right now is very conducive with that.
Yes.
Right. You haven't mortgaged off the future.
Correct.
Like you said, we've got all our number ones here on out. We're sitting on 8.2 million salary cap right now. So you can make a move if you need to before the trade deadline. Like you said, man, the quarterback situation, the coaching situation, all these things are starting to line up. I had said before, like, being a Bears fan for our whole lives, at some point I started to enter into a psychosis, if you will, questioning our reality, saying things like, we are inside of a matrix. It's in the coding. It's the same fucking pattern every fucking time. And for once now, this pattern's a bit different. We have a quarterback that looks competent. We actually brought in a head coach that has proven, he's proven out. His offensive scheme has proven out. And it's his offense. It wasn't, he was a quarterback's coach and it was this guy's offense. And I just think I know how to run it. No. This was his offense that he tailored to that roster, which he did say when we brought him in, this isn't going to be Detroit's offense. This is going to be the Bears' offense. He's going to draw up this offense for the players that can run. You know, he's tailor making it for the roster that we have. Oh, and then, like you said, we covered that, the draft capital, the money, these key positions in place. It's just whether or not he decides to make a move before the trade deadline or not. I mean, I don't consider this season. I don't, if we make the playoffs, awesome, obviously. But if we don't, I don't give a shit. I really don't. We're pouring concrete right now.
Right.
We're just pouring concrete. It's still very wet. And I just want to see these little incremental growths that we're seeing Caleb do. And this offense start to gel a little bit. And can we get a fucking pass rush? Just a little bit.
Think about what the Bears did in this last draft, right? If we're going to stick on Poles, Caleb Williams, still after this season, 3 years on a rookie contract. Roman Dunze, first rounder, 3 more years on a rookie contract. After this season, Luther Burden, second round pick. I think we have 4 years of control on him. So what does that tell you? Your offensive nucleus of your receivers, your tight ends, your quarterback are all wrapped up for 4 years. Your offense, minus a few pieces here and there, running back being a big one, is intact for the next 3 to 4 years. So now what can you do with that draft capital? If the offense is set for 3 to 4 years, where does it need to go? Defense, right?
Right.
So I think this is kind of what Poles is thinking. And yeah, you can't revamp a roster overnight. And with Ben Johnson here, I think a lot of those pieces are in place for the next 3 years. Now we can start getting young pass rushers, safeties. Byard's, like we said, he took a sip out of the fountain of youth, but 1 or 2 years maybe.
Yeah.
Right. He's 30s. Brisker plays like a madman, so we know there's got to be contingency there. Jalen Johnson's a younger man. So he's under contract. Kyler Gordon's under contract.
Just broke him off. Yep.
Right. So I think my prediction over the next 3 years, you are going to see heavy defensive drafts with offensive complements getting drafted. Yeah. And within 2 to 3 years, you hit on some of those defensive draft picks like we've been hitting on the offensive ones. If we're going to say that Caleb Williams and Rome is good, right? Luther Burden, very much so, showing a lot of promise. If Loveland rounds out and becomes a big piece, now you're building that defense in 2 to 3 years. There's a possibility this team could be a powerhouse and still be fairly young, a sustainable powerhouse.
Yeah, so that right there, right? So sustainable is the huge word I know Poles used a lot when he first came in. And like you just mapped it out. This is like what this is the roadmap that we're looking at here.
It's got to be
what it's looking like, because
we're not sitting in the office, but
yeah, I mean, just as fans seeing, I mean, you could and forget what they're saying in the office. We're judging them by their actions. So we could see, well, this is how this really looks, the way you just laid it out. And then, once those core pieces are in, and like you said, there's a lot of young, talented players on rookie contracts right now. This is how you'll sustain success, because in future drafts or any offseason free agent moves and things like that, you can just a piece here, a piece there, because we're going to keep building through the draft now on top of this foundation that we have now. Of course, providing that it proves out, right? Caleb does get the extension in year 3, year 4. He gets his extension, and Rome's staying on board. And like you said, oh my God, Luther Burden, he's here. Colston, that's it right there. You could run this shit for 8 years. Run it
easily.
Playoffs, deep playoffs, let's go. But I completely agree with you about like what we're going to see coming up in next year's draft. It's going to be trench heavy on defense.
Yeah.
Trench heavy.
Looking for the next TJ Watt, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you hope you get. And you get a young stud pass rusher under a 5-year contract or a 4-year contract. Right? I mean, there's potential here.
Fuzzy thinking about it, because that's huge, right? Like probably one of the 3 biggest pillars on a football team's roster is quarterback, left tackle, edge rusher. Got it, and we just kind of don't have
one of 3, right?
If you get that in youth, I mean, because let's even think, God, what if Theo Benedict pans out too? This is only his second year.
Yeah. I mean, that would be the cherry on top of the sundae if that works, right?
Yeah.
One less thing to look for. Or Darnell Wright moves to left, or Ozzie can move to left and be a stalwart. Who knows? But and let's be honest, one of those 3 pillars probably will have to come from either free agency, trade, whatever the case may be. But
Right.
if you're only doing 1 out of the 3 versus 2 or 3 out of the 3,
Right.
that's how you can keep your draft capital and be sustainable, in
Yeah.
my opinion. So
that's it. We got both of us. You call us homers if you want to, but 2 thumbs up from the both of us on Ryan Poles' job thus far.
mhm.
Definitely not unscathed. He hasn't been perfect. But again, more hits than misses. Again, going into the season with the left tackle situation, as a fan, wasn't happy about that. We knew Braxton showed us who he was. But they pulled the plug on that early, right? So this is Ben Johnson, again, not caring about personal relationships or when you were drafted, which Braxton was like, he was like a 5th round draft pick. So it's not like he was high up the draft board capital there. And they let Braxton go. He was very available, I'd say, serviceable, but just totally beatable with a bull rush every time.
He didn't lose his position to an injury, which I think that says a lot to those guys in the locker room as well. He had a shot. He just
correct.
They
let him be the incumbent.
Yeah. Right.
Like, okay, this is your spot to lose. Okay, you're getting the nod. You're going in. But man, halfway through that Raiders game, they were like, "Get him the fuck out!" I've seen enough. That's it. 3.5 games. Because I bet they were going to wait to the bye. Well, I think Ben even said that they were going to wait to the bye and then self-scout and then make some adjustments. Man, no, 3.5 weeks. Get him the fuck out of there. It's like, oh, again, he'd probably make a very good swing tackle.
Sure,
you could make good money as a swing tackle in this league. If one of the starters goes down at the tackle, you go in, you fill in for half a game or a week here and there. You can do that.
He might do that for the Bears for the next 5 years. We don't know.
Correct.
He's just not going to get paid.
Oh yeah, no, that contract fell right off a cliff.
Yeah,
in the middle of that Raiders game.
Yeah, and he wasn't even going against Crosby.
Correct, right.
Yeah, he was going against that most of the time. Was it Wilson, that number 9 kid?
Number 9, yeah.
Yeah, had a pretty good game, by the way. So,
yeah. Oh man, who do we have today? I'm going to look at today's slate of games as we probably round this out here. Who are today's games? Anything good going on in the league right now? Are there any divisional matchups?
I got NFL.com up right now. It looks like Carolina's 3-0 over Dallas right now. Indy. What has gotten into Indy?
Indy's balling out of their minds.
I mean, is Daniel Jones sustainable? We'll see.
Yeah,
Chargers.
We'll see.
Yeah. Jacksonville, Seattle. Oh, actually, sorry, it just updated. Baltimore's 3-0 over the Rams, which I think that's a very losable game for Baltimore again. Dallas is up 10-9 over Carolina. Indy, Arizona 7-7. Jacksonville and Seattle. Jacksonville, another one of those teams. 6-3. Miami's over the Chargers 7-6. And Pittsburgh over Cleveland 3-0. That's it. Come on, Pittsburgh.
Seriously.
New England 14-6 over New Orleans. So not an exciting slate of games early on here. But
no, the 1:00 games. Good thing we got a show going. Not missing much. To the 4 o'clocks. How bad are the Packers going to beat the fucking Bengals?
Joe Flacco has the opportunity to beat them twice, baby.
Twice on 2 different teams.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go.
Bengals.
Come on, Flacco. He's got the weapons.
Yeah. That's right. They do have hella weapons.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping for a loss there. I'm definitely going to catch that game. We got that could be a good game too. The Bucks Niners. I might pop back and forth.
I was looking at that game too.
Tonight's game though. Lions Chiefs, huh? Come on, don't choke tonight, Chiefs. You've been fucking up Chiefs lately. Do not fuck up tonight.
I
They're
have been
playing
a
in Kansas
90s.
City.
Yeah, I was a 90s Chiefs fan back in the Marty Schottenheimer, um,
Yeah.
Christian Okoye, Joe Montana days. Come on,
Yeah.
Chiefs, man. They're my AFC team. Bears all the
Priest Hall,
way.
Derek
Priest Mahomes,
Thomas.
Jamal Charles, Derek.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's why I wore 58 was for Derek Thomas. All-time favorite player right there. Just Barry Word. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
you could get me going. Neil Smith, under Gunther Cunningham's defenses back in the 90s, those Chief defenses with Derek Thomas. Still unbelievable. That 7-sack game that Derek Thomas had against
Oh, my
Seattle.
God, against
Dave Craig.
Seattle. Yeah.
KC, if we're talking about these games, KC, in my opinion, that's a must win. If they go 2-4, I don't think the Chiefs are making the playoffs. So I know they've
Yeah.
gone on late season runs,
Yeah.
and they're a little beat up, especially in the wide receiver core. But I don't know, man. That's a big hole to come back from. I agree. Let's see some Mahomes magic. Beat the Lions, bring them down a peg.
Yeah.
Since he can manage to beat the Packers. Oh God. I mean,
well, because Cincy too, right there. They're looking down the barrel of a shotgun too. Because
Cincy's already
at
done.
2-3, and without Joe Burrow, that's it.
Yeah, they're done. Unfortunately, it's a shame too because they actually got off to a hot start, and that was to the detriment of them the last few seasons. But no Joe Cool, no wins in Cincy.
Yeah.
God, that game where they played the Vikings, how awful was Browning? Good Lord.
And then did you see his locker room interview? He's all fucking, he's bent out of shape that they fucking benched him. And it's like, dude, did you watch the film of how you played?
Pick six, fumble six. Yeah.
You fucking shocked? You're shocked that they benched you?
Hey, Buffalo, Atlanta, that game has zero interest to me.
Yeah. Well, I won't be turning the TV off tomorrow night anyways, unless, of course, some oh God, I don't want to even say it out loud. Right. Speak it into existence.
How about
some
the
major
Giants
derailment? The Giants
taking it to Philly. Jackson
that was
Dart.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
They needed to get Philly just needed to get beat down. Unfortunately, they're one of those teams that will take a beating like that and turn it into motivation and then rip off 9 to 10 straight.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the Giants are playing out of their minds right now.
Yeah, Denver beat the Jets this morning. Where they're international, probably London. So London.
Yeah, the Jets. Are the Jets going to win a game this year? Did Justin play?
Let me pull up the stats. I got the game up real quick.
Oh my God, he did. 9 of 17 for 45 yards.
9 for 17.
Oh my God, that's it. I mean,
where
the
are those
out.
people clamoring for Fields?
Yeah.
9 sacks. Holy cow.
Well, the Broncos do have a hell of a pass rush.
They do.
They do. But damn, 9 sacks. Justin had a rough day.
Oof. 7 rushes for 31 yards.
What?
For Mr. Fields.
So all the ending, oh my, well, hold on. I got to pull this up. I'm going to screen share this.
Was it a field goal? I saw that the Broncos kicked or had a field goal in the fourth quarter.
No, so these are just final game stats.
Yeah.
The Jets ended the game with negative 10 passing yards.
That's what happens when you get sacked 9 times, dude.
So right. So his 45 yards passing minus the yardage from sacks, negative 10. Ooh.
Ouch.
Ooh. And you know what? I liked Justin. I did. I wanted to see him do well. You know what, kiddo? Learn from who? Learn from Tim Tebow, Justin. You want to stay in the league and make millions of dollars? Dude, be a tight end. Be a running back. Stay relevant because he's athletically gifted. But a quarterback, you are not. You're not a quarterback. So,
and he has he has a little bit of success everywhere he goes. Bears, Steelers, he looked good and got benched for Russell Wilson.
yeah,
I think that was a mistake. I'd have let the kid roll there until he throws out games like this.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, as Bears fans, we know for every good play there is, there's usually 2 bad plays, right?
Yeah.
It's just
he was not clutch. There were plenty of times where the drives did end up, okay, here we go, final drive. Get us into scoring position, kiddo, and he couldn't do it.
Yeah, he would start throwing the ball, and you're like, no, run it. Just take off and go. Yeah.
Yeah, again, unlike Caleb, where he's been given plenty of opportunities to drive down the field and get us, and most times than not, he was successful in doing that.
Yeah. Hey, we've been talking for 2.5 hours, man.
Yeah, it's been a good show. And we've had 30 in the chat. We went up to 32 at one point, but we had 30 consistently. The whole show has been great. We're going to do more Sunday morning Bears chats.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. I truly appreciate you. Listen to us banter around a little bit. If you haven't figured it out, we're just 2 fanatics that love football. And it just so happens our beloved Bears are a mutual love for us. So, it's gone by fast. It feels like, 2 old friends kind of chatting it out and catching up and everything else in between. So,
yeah, I'm going to ditto that. Absolutely. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for hearing us. Come back next time, hit the like and subscribe, get the notifications when we go live. Come back and join us because we're going to do this regularly because this was a lot of fun. I had fun. This was good.
I did too. You are cutting into my football time a little bit here, but part of that's my fault because I wanted to sleep in, so I take the blame. So
I'm going to do the same. I'm going to get a snack ready and watch the slates of games today and tonight. And but yeah, thanks guys a lot for joining. Check us out next time when we go live. Again, we don't have a schedule worked out, so that's why you hit the notification bell. So when you get the notification, you just pop in and join us. All right.
We'll get it figured out. Don't worry.
We'll work it out. All right, you guys. Take care. Peace.
Peace.